talkSPORT Sports Update with Trust a Trader. When it matters, get the job done marvellously well by a verified Trust a Trader professional.
talkSPORT.
Good afternoon with your headlines at 1 minute past 4. I'm Uma Gurav. Mikel Arteta's insisted Arsenal will not fear Harry Kane as Bayern Munich come to visit tonight in the Champions League. Kane has netted 15 in 21 appearances against the Gunners, but the England captain played it coy when asked if he particularly relishes scoring against them.
When I was at Tottenham in those days, it was always a big game, always a big moment in the North London derby. But ultimately,
Arsenal Bayern is live on talkSPORT from 7 tonight. Meanwhile, Arne Slot's admitted he feels guilty for Liverpool's run of poor form as they prepare to host PSV tonight. They've now lost 8 in their last 11 with pressure on the manager mounting. Meanwhile, Thomas Frank believes it's important that Spurs stick with him during this rough spell. Spurs are nursing their wounds after that North London derby thrashing. The Champions League clash against PSG tonight, and Thomas Frank has urged the fans to have faith in his long-term vision. Elsewhere today, the man accused of driving into Liverpool fans at their title parade has changed his pleas to guilty for all charges. 54-year-old Paul Doyle will now be sentenced in December. Elsewhere, Morgan Gibbs-White is out injured for Nottingham Forest's Europa League clash against Malmo tomorrow. And ex-Newcastle owner Mike Ashley has formally submitted a £20 million bid to buy Sheffield Wednesday. All your latest is at talksport.com.
talkSPORT News.
1 in 4 workers will be paying more tax by the end of the decade, while spending on benefits goes up another $9 billion in today's budget. More from the news team at past.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. Rain or shine, our mobile tyre fitting service comes to you, so you can stay on the sofa this winter. Book today at quickfit.com. Conditions apply.
Clouds and outbreaks of rain will move east overnight, bringing murky conditions and hill fog in places. It will be a much milder night than previous nights.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Champions League Drive on talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein, and alongside me today, no Darren Bember. Who cares when you got November 2007's Player of the Month, Gabby Agbonlahor, alongside you.
Wow, I've forgotten about that.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people have.
What an achievement, mate.
Amazing the rest of the Premier League was off that month.
Yeah, it was international break.
What'd you get for that?
A trophy and a big bonus, mate.
Yeah.
And a bonus in my contract.
Which do you prefer? The
bonus.
Yeah, okay, good point. That's gone after today's budget. Right, Jigo, we've got a show for you today. We'll be taking a look at Chelsea's star boy Esteban. He destroyed Barcelona in front of Lamine Yamal. There's another huge night of Champions League action on talkSPORT as we bring you Arsenal against Bayern Munich. What a game that could be. PSV take on Liverpool as well. Ahead of those, we'll be asking whether Arteta should consider resting his stars tonight ahead of what you could argue is a bigger game at the weekend. On top of that, yes, the voice of boxing, Adam Smith, will be joining us in the studio. And because of what today brings, Gabby is going to give us his top money-saving tips after today's budget announcement. And we're hoping to we are bringing you the talkSPORT Drive Darts Draw. How about that? It's not really the drive one, it's the talkSPORT Darts Draw, the World talkSPORT Darts Championship. Dean Saunders has won the last 2. There's only been 2. Dean Saunders won the last 2. The draw for that has been made by Luke Littler.
Has it?
Yeah, Luke Littler's made the draw, and we're going to play it out later on in the show. No one here knows.
Don't let me and Ali play each other.
You and who?
Ali, we were terrible.
I don't think Andy McCoy is in it.
Is he not?
So I will make sure that doesn't happen.
Okay.
All that and more coming up today's Drive Time show. You can be a part of it by picking up the phone 03717 223344.
Jamie, if you're listening, only 1 chicken Kiev tonight, not 3.
Oh, hey, Gab.
I'm very well, Andy. Very, very well.
How are you?
How are you, mate?
I'm sporting a gilet today.
Why?
I just said to Joe, what do you make of the gilet? And he said, I quite like it. What do you make of it?
Yeah, I like it, mate. Yeah. What trainers? Let me see.
I've got Jordan 3s on.
Yeah, it's okay, mate.
You like the look?
Yeah, it's decent, mate. It's
I've never worn a
giving
gilet
me
before.
like private country club, like yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you changed, mate.
In a good way.
Yeah.
I have changed in a good way.
You changed, mate. You changed.
If you want to know what I would still be looking like if I didn't work on Drive, just look at what Cundy wears.
Yeah.
Skin tight jeans, big boots.
He wears mad, like red boots, doesn't he?
Yeah,
red
cowboy
shoes
boots. He's got cowboy boots. It's very bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah, bizarre pair, then, pal.
Yeah, you look good as well. You all right?
Thank you, mate. All well. Can't complain.
When was the last time I saw you?
Was it the paddle?
Yes, it was on the paddle court.
He was better than what I thought he was going to be.
Oh, high first, but can't he?
He was better, mate.
Wish I could say the same.
Jamie was horrendous, weren't he, mate?
Well, his back went, his legs went.
He's the first person I've ever known, and I've played against 60-year-olds, I've ever said their back hurts in paddle.
You had to stop and give it a big old
stop, mate.
Yeah. I said to him, why are you wearing tights? And he said, and I'm not exaggerating here, and I quote, to stop my calves from blowing up.
Blowing up?
That's what he said. He was wearing tights, girls' tights he was wearing.
Paddle?
I don't know.
I bet he's not played since either. Gives it a big one.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm on paddle now, geez.
It's good though, isn't it?
I'm getting caught in my garden, geez. Good game, though.
Have a picture with a net, isn't he? In the net. Free net I got given. It was a good game. We need more of that on TalkSport.
Yeah, but TalkSport got to come up with an idea, mate, of a league. Can Simon Jordan and Danny Murphy be a pair? Can you get...
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Me and Benny are the reigning champions, right? So it's like, who can challenge us to take our
Can you get Cundy and someone? I know Cundy would have to stay at the net because you won't be able to move.
Cundy can't.
But
Cundy can't move.
Cundy,
I don't think he's got any knees left, fella. Just 2 bits of string hang down from his waist.
Do you reckon he wears trousers on the beach? Hide his knees.
I sent Cundy a photo the other day. I'm going to show it to you. And depending on whether or not you think I should post it, and maybe I'll show it. In fact, I'll tell you what I do. I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to turn my phone around so people on social media can see it. And you can describe it. This is what Cundy came into the studio once wearing. You see that? How would you describe that to people that are listening and can't see?
I would describe that as someone's uncle.
Yeah.
Who's had a few too many. And he's ran out the house.
It's terrible, isn't it?
And his missus has had to run after him and say, get back in the house.
Oh, there you go. There's the picture.
That's how bad it looked.
He walked into the studio.
I don't believe you.
What do you mean?
I don't believe you. Are those briefs he's got on?
I don't know. He's got really short shorts he's got on.
Can't take him seriously, mate. Let's have a look again.
Very strange, isn't it? I'll put that on my Instagram.
Where's his thighs?
Look at his legs. It's weird, isn't it?
Zero thigh muscle.
And you open the window, they're going to snap in half with that little breeze, aren't they? We've got a busy show, so later on we will be doing the draw. We'll have the draw ahead of the talkSPORT Darts World Championships. That's coming up 4:30 in 20 minutes' time. We've got Adam Smith joining us in the studio.
Legend.
We love boxing, chat. I know you like boxing as well.
Legend.
And then, of course, the rest of the show, we will be building up to another busy night. We'll have team news as we did last night, team news in tonight's show. But we're going to start by looking back because Chelsea, they smashed Barcelona at Stamford Bridge in the Champions League last night. But one of the questions we're asking is, do they have a future Ballon d'Or winner on their hands?
Scored now, and it's a scintillating goal from the boy wonder, Estevao. Estevao, take a bow, right-footed. He smashed it from a tight angle beyond Garcia.
Estevao was sensational, yes, so I'm very much looking forward to seeing him develop.
The hype is real, but I guess it's a question of how long it's going to go on for, and the longer that we're talking about Estevao, the more good things we're saying. So, I mean, he is worth it.
Kind of player you don't mind paying money to see, a special talent. Sam actually said earlier he's going to win a Ballon d'Or one day, and you can see why he's saying that.
Yeah, Chelsea 3-0 winners at home to Barcelona in the Champions League last night as they move into 5th place in the Champions League table. Second of those 3 goals was a brilliant solo effort from Estevao. That was his 5th goal in all comps so far this season. His manager, Enzo Maresca, spoke to the media after the game. He said he's keen not to put too much pressure on the young Brazilian.
Estevao needs relax. He needs to enjoy. He needs to session. He needs to play football. Him, Lamine, they are so young with 18 that if you start to talk about Messi, Ronaldo, I think it's too much pressure for young boy like them. 18, they need to enjoy. They need to arrive at the training ground, happy, session. But when you start to compare them with Messi or with Ronaldo, I think it's too much for them.
You can't do that just yet.
No,
you've got to earn that. But, you know, beforehand, everyone was talking about another youngster playing for Barcelona, Lamine Yamal. But we were all talking after the game about Estevao, who just looks such a joy to watch, doesn't he?
Listen, even if you forget about his goals, Andy, you know, he scored 5 goals in 17 appearances this season, all comps. But just watching a player wanting to take people on. I mean, how many times over the last few years have we watched wingers that come back, don't want to name names, someone like Jadon Sancho, gets it, passes it back, doesn't take players on anymore. I love watching wingers that are fearless. Give him the ball, I'm going to take a player on. Yesterday's goal, onto his right foot, strength to hold off the left back, Balde, and then bang, weaker foot into the top corner. Just fearless, enjoying his football, moved to a different country at 17, 18 now. That's the sort of player that you want at your football club. Fearless, and will... People might say, oh, that's what you should do, take players on. But it's bravery.
Yeah. Certainly at that age as well.
Yeah, because you've got older players that might be asking for the ball. But no, I'm going to take players on. I'm going to make things happen. Superstar.
I've heard his manager, Enzo Maresca, talk about him as he sees him playing in that number 10 role. Okay, I just wonder if you've got a player who's so good with the ball at his feet, is it a little bit of a waste playing him in that role when you could still leave him out wide?
So I think either. Sometimes you can start as number 10. You don't stay there. How many times have we seen Cole Palmer, Morgan Rogers starting at 10 but drift out onto the right or left and receive it? I think he can play anywhere across that front line. You know, Cole Palmer's got to come back. They've got Neto, who's an outstanding player as well. Garnacho is a player. Gittins. They've got so many options in the number 10.
What would you do at the weekend? Who would you start?
He has to start.
You think he has to start?
Yeah, the confidence he's got from Barcelona, 3-0, star player. Why would you leave him out on the weekend? I would play him.
I don't know the answer as to why you would leave him out. I just know that when he comes on as a sub, maybe 35 minutes to go against a fullback that's slightly tired, are you going to get more out of him?
Possibly so. And maybe they look at it and say, is he as good tracking back against the top Arsenal side? Timber, probably the best right back in the league so far this season. Calafiori, one of the top left backs this season. Do you say, okay, maybe we go Neto and Garnacho, maybe are going to be stronger and better defensively if he looks at that approach. But I just think when you got that bubble about you where you're performing against Barcelona, imagine how high his confidence will be. Lamine Yamal, everyone's looking at, but I steal the show.
I don't expect him to get that much time and space against Arsenal.
No,
they don't play anywhere near a high line that Barca played last night, and that's obviously why I could get in behind them. But I just think when you've got a player like that, it's so important. We saw it with Giggsy and Fergie when Giggsy was a young kid. It's so important that the manager wraps them in
100%.
cotton wool and protects them, right?
100%. But look at when Saka broke onto the scene. You know, played every game, keeping playing. A lot of players have made their debut at 17 and at 18 they're playing week in, week out. If he's fit enough and he's good enough, why not?
They've got another superstar in Cole Palmer who's out injured at the moment. Yes. I said to one more Billy who works on our show and as a Chelsea season ticket holder, I said to him, if you had to keep one and sell the other, who would you sell? And he said Esteval. But he said it's incredibly close.
Yeah, I agree. I feel, don't forget what Cole Palmer's done in the Chelsea shirt.
Okay.
He left Manchester City and everyone thought, oh, that's a lot of money. And look what he's done. Outstanding player, suffering with injuries. Once he gets back fit, he's got competition.
It's very rare you can have one, let alone two players in your team that when they get the ball, if you're there in the stadium, you sort of sit up and there's a noise, isn't there? Everyone gets excited. It's great to see.
And as a striker, Delap, João Pedro, what a player to play with. On the opposite side, Neto or Garnacho, if they play off the left-hand side. The runs you can make when these two players get on the ball.
Pedro behind.
I have to say, though, Barcelona, deary me. No chance of a Champions League win.
They had chances early on and they didn't take them.
Yeah, you can't play that football, mate.
No, you can't.
Aston Villa played it for a while under Emery, changed it. Pep played it, changed it. Teams aren't playing that stupid high line. Remember Spurs played it as well under Ange. You can't do that. Every time you watch Barcelona, I watch them a lot. I watch La Liga. It's like kamikaze defending. That's why he played Neto down the middle and not Delap or João Pedro. Your quick players are on the pitch. You're going to get in behind.
Last question, then we'll take calls on all the above. Who's favourite going into the game at the weekend?
Arsenal, for sure.
Even though it's at the Bridge?
Yes.
For sure,
yes. I just think Arsenal are unstoppable at the moment, mate.
Yeah,
I look at that squad of players they've got. I look at the bench they've got compared to Chelsea's bench, a lot stronger. Chelsea will have a go, but I just think with Chelsea's centre-halves, I'm not sure they'll be able to keep out Arsenal.
Is everyone a Chelsea fan at the weekend?
Oh, I've got my Chelsea shirt, mate. I've got a Drogba shirt at home. I'm going to wear it. It's ready, mate. It might be tight.
I'm sure you have got it ready. Listen, we'll take calls on all the above. Esteval looks an unbelievable player. Chelsea fans, you can talk about him. You can talk about Cole Palmer as well. Putting them both into the same team, I think, will be fascinating. We've seen it, of course, before. Who's favourites for the weekend, etc., etc. How far can Chelsea go in this competition as well? 2 questions, both with one-word answers. Are Chelsea going to win the Premier League?
No.
Are Chelsea going to win the Champions League?
No.
They're not?
No.
Okay.
They'll come close. Strong side. They'll get definitely into the quarterfinals, but I think there's better teams than Chelsea.
Okay. Lots to talk about. One number to dial in, 03717 22 344. Chelsea chat is where it's at right after this, live on Drive on talkSPORT.
And welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We've been taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it! Oh!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
What a tune this is. You're listening to Champions League Drive on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein, the superstar is Gabby Agbonlahor alongside me and our friends at Just Eat. Score a home win with mouth-watering match day meals in time for kickoff. Still to come, we'll be joined in the studio by the superstar that is, yes, the voice of Oxygen, Adam Smith. Just quickly, Ben Chilwell has said that he still has an eye on the England World Cup squad following his move to Strasbourg in the summer. That tells you what Gabby makes of it. The top 4 seeded countries, Spain, Argentina, France and England, will not be able to meet each other until the last 4 of the World Cup for the first time in the tournament's history. We'll go back to the phone lines in a moment, talking all things Chelsea, but before that, it's time for this.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. With Paddy's Super Sub, your new bet rolls over to the new player coming on. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus, BeGambleAware.org.
Yes, time now for today's bet winner with the friends at Paddy Power. Let's welcome Lewis Richards to the show. Lewis?
Afternoon, gents.
Hello,
How
Lewis.
doing?
How are you, my friend? You well?
Cold. But bar that, I'm all good.
Why are you cold?
You all good?
Why are you cold?
It's freezing. It's freezing.
I assume you're inside.
I am. Yeah, I'm a bit.
Everyone's
I'm a
making
bit
cuts. Everyone's making cuts, Andy.
I know, but why?
I mean, I'm the first to make it. I got this from my old man. Yeah. Like, if you haven't got your hoodie on and, you can't see your breath, there's no need for the heating to be off.
Spot on, mate.
You can't see your breasts, you say?
For a rest.
Oh, okay. I was going to say we've got the similar. Right, we've got you on because we're looking forward to tonight's Champions League match at the Emirates as Arsenal play Bayern Munich. Can you remind everyone how the Bet Builder works and the charity that, fingers crossed, Lewis will benefit from this?
So if you're not used to the bet builder yet, just think of it as your classic ACCA. But instead of picking different teams to all go in one bet to win their games, you're picking different outcomes to happen in the one match. And and it's a big if, but if we get this in, the Attitude Foundation will receive a bit of money from us.
Why a big if? What are you saying?
Wait until you get your producer pick and we'll go through it.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the Bayern.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, there might be method in his madness. I think I know what he's alluding to, but we'll get to that in a moment. Right, 5-minute bet builder. These are picks. I've gone for Harry Kane to score at any time.
Great start as well. And 13-8, what a price. Like, Geezer's 11 goals in 10 games for Bayern Munich, including 1 hat-trick. And a part of me is like, after what Arsenal did to Spurs at the weekend, do you think this will drive him on even more to get a goal? I think it might.
Could do.
Yeah, I don't think he needs any more driving on, does he? Needs no more ambition. The fella's just different class.
I have gone for both teams to score, mate.
Yeah, another solid pick. And the second highest pick from our customers as well. So you're in good company there. Short odds at 6-10, but it's easy to see why. I don't think Bayern Munich have not managed to score a goal all season. And yeah, as you guys were alluding to before I came on, Arsenal are just one heck of a team at the moment. So 6-10.
On to producer Joe. I'm glad I'm reading this out because he had his tongue pierced this morning. He can hardly talk, which is all a bit weird. But anyway, he's gone for Bayern Munich to win.
Yeah, they're 5-2. Now, just in case anyone wants to put Arsenal in, they are just over even money, which is quite a price. The only reason I can see him putting this in is because Arsenal haven't beaten Bayern Munich in like 10 years.
I think the reason, I haven't talked to Joe about this, but I would imagine he can nod or shake his head, but I think the reason he's gone for Bayern Munich to win is because he thinks Arsenal are going to rest a lot of their key players for the weekend's game, which you could argue is bigger at this stage of the season. He's just given me the thumbs up. That's why he's done it.
Silence here. Yeah, I mean, that happened to Man City yesterday, and look what happened there. Yeah, so, I mean, if they want to be serious, I just can't see them not being able to. Like, if they were away, fair enough. Or I think if Bayern Munich were against any other English team, I think they come and win. But I just can't see it myself.
3 down, 2 to go. Next up, the people, they've gone for Saka to have 1 or more shots.
Yeah, so the biggest pick was Arsenal to win, but we can't have that because we've gone for Bayern. So, yeah, we come down the list a little bit. To Saka to have 1 or more shots on target of 4-9. About 7 shots in the last 5. And I'm glad that they went for shots rather than goals. He's only got 1 in his last 5, which is very surprising. But, yeah, 4-9 for that one.
Last one is yours. You've gone for Arsenal to have 5 or more corners.
Yeah, playing it safe. They're 1-2 for this one. 79 corners this season. That is Premier League stats. I apologise. I wasn't able to get Champions League stats. But in 12 games, 79 corners, they're averaging about 6 corners a game. So 1-2 with a corner to spare for this. I thought it was a decent price.
You've talked me into it. Before I let you go, can you just confirm the odds and the value of the charity about one more time, please, Lewis?
We are just over 14.5 to 1. So if Bayern Munich can rock up and do their thing, because I'm sure the rest is coming in. £147 to the Attitude
I'll tell you,
Foundation.
if it comes in, I'll buy you a hot water bottle, okay?
I'd rather them heated blankets.
Right, well, beggars can't be choosers. Thanks for coming on. We'll see you soon.
mate.
Cheers, guys.
There you go. That's Paddy Power's bet better for today. Minimum odds 1 to 5. Play 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. With Paddy's Super Sub, your new bet rolls over to the new player coming on. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Let's take a quick call on all things Chelsea, shall we? Carl was a Chelsea fan. Hi, Carl.
Good evening, Carl.
Hiya, how are you?
Yeah, well, great. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Good, thank you. Yeah, not too bad.
Good, man.
Yeah, I mean, why ain't Chelsea good enough to win the Champions League this season? Because twice before we weren't good enough to win the Champions League, and we went on and done it. I think Maresca has proven himself that he knows how to set his sides against, like, the big teams. I think he struggles with the weaker sides, like, your Burnleys, your Wolves, and your Tottenham Hotspurs. But
Do you think at centre half you've got enough?
Sorry?
Do you think at centre half you've got enough?
No. Honestly, no. I don't think no. I think we are struggling, and I don't think he knows his best centre half pairing. To be honest with you.
What about goalkeeper?
He knows. He's playing a lot better this season than he has done for the last, season. He, apart from kicking the ball in his own players' heads. But but he knows. Maresca knows how to beat the big sides. He knows how to set out his team. He's proved it.
Yeah. You can't argue with that. I mean, he has done it before. Or, sorry, Chelsea have done it before when no one really fancied him.
100%. I'll just look at teams like PSG, Real Madrid have been there and done it. Arsenal, look how strong Arsenal.
Arsenal look
Chelsea.
Really good. It pains me to say.
Arsenal beat Chelsea over 2 legs as well, so it'll be difficult for Chelsea, but you never know.
Still to come, we're going to be joined in the studio by the voice of boxing, our mate Adam Smith. But first, it's time for no Googling.
Bayern.
First of 3. Pardon?
Bayern Munich as well.
What? Oh, yeah,
Champions League, every chance.
At 18 years, 215 days, Esteval is the third teenager to score in each of his first 3 Champions League starts. Can you name the other 2? Good question. 18, Esteval is the third teenager to score in each of his first 3 games in the Champions League. When he started, who are the other 2? The answer to that and boxing chat when we come back live and drive on talkSPORT after this.
man accused of driving into Liverpool fans at their title parade has changed his pleas to guilty for all charges. 54-year-old Paul Doyle had initially pleaded not guilty to 31 offences yesterday, including causing GBH with intent and dangerous driving. More than 130 people were injured at the parade in May. He will now be sentenced in mid-December. Now, we've been waxing lyrical about Esteban after he scored in Chelsea's 3-0 win over Barcelona and outshone Lamine Yamal. But just how good is he? Danny Murphy reckons, let's turn it down a bit.
Yeah, I think you can see a super talent when you see one. He's obviously got an abundance of talent and he's going to be a top player. To start talking about him in the same breath as Ronaldo is ridiculous.
This evening it's the turn of Arsenal, Liverpool and Spurs in the Champions League. We'll be at all 3 games across the talkSPORT network. And in the Championship, Coventry are seemingly on a tilt for the Premier League after a 25-year absence. They're 10 points clear at the top after a 4-2 win over Middlesbrough. But Frank Lampard predictably is playing down their league position.
What we're trying to do is do our thing. No time to look at that for too long. Okay, yeah. Take the confidence from what we're doing at the moment, but keep our feet on the ground and understand what got us to this place and try and continue it.
And the WSL's apologised to Spurs after an influencer made a joke about them during the Women's League Cup quarter-final draw. GK Barry also accidentally dropped a ball back in the bag, only to take it out again and use it as part of the draw. The Telegraph's women's football writer, Catherine Bate, has explained why some clubs, other than Spurs, are unhappy.
Younger fans might be there and they might want to watch because, you know, GK Barry's a big influencer and they understand the need for that, but they want the draw to be done professionally and properly, and it just felt like this wasn't the case with that.
Get more at talksport.com.
Don't talk over it, yeah, Gabby. There's a gap coming up. If you talk over it, you don't sound professional. You got to know when the gap is. All right? See what I did there? In a moment, we will talk boxing. But first, the answer to the no Googling. The question was, at 18 years, 215 days, Esteban is the third teenager to score in each of his first 3 Champions League starts. Who are the other 2? Just name big superstar teenagers.
Messi.
No. They're both playing now.
No idea, man.
One's in Spain. And he's French. And his surname rhymes with Mbappé. Kylian Mbappé and Erling Haaland. How about that?
Yeah. Well done.
Thank you. Still to come, we're asking if Arsenal should rest their key players against Bayern Munich tonight. What a game that could be. But, of course, it's time now for this.
There's a real feeling that this is the best versus the best.
White's lost control. White has lost control completely.
How many more do you want?
This is The Voice.
Yes, it's time for The Voice, our weekly feature where we're joined in the studio by the voice of boxing, our mate Adam Smith, to take a look at the week's biggest stories, looking back and forward, as we say hello and good evening to Adam. Adam, are you well?
Good evening, Adam.
Good evening, gentlemen. I'm very well. How
Lovely
are you?
to see you. I thought you were going to...
Nice to see you.
Yes.
Yes. I'm good.
Lovely to see you. You and I were just chatting about New York and Washington.
We were. You're a lucky boy going there next week.
Drive time next week, stateside.
America.
I love a jolly up drive.
It's jolly, isn't it?
Sorry, it's the first one we've ever had.
I can't believe it. I would come with you, but I'm going to Monaco.
Where would you rather go?
America.
Yeah. What are you going to Monaco for? To visit your money?
No. Matchroom's annual show, black tie. It's a fantastic card, actually.
I was going to ask why it's in Monaco, but I'm guessing it's because it's on Eddie's doorstep, right?
Well,
down the road.
It's a nice one for Ed.
That's so nice.
But it's a fantastic card. We have Johnny Fisher's fighting out there. Sean McComb. We've got McGrail Masood, which is a terrific fight. Really, really good nights in Monaco.
That'd be great. Great.
Yeah, I'll miss you in America, though.
Okay, we won't be thinking of you.
No.
Listen, let's start with a big old night of boxing from over the weekend because British light heavyweight Anthony Yarde's third shot at world title ended in heartbreak again. He was stopped by WBC champion David Benavidez in Saudi Arabia. Started slow, Benavidez, but the referee eventually stopped the fight in the 7th. It wasn't a pretty fight to watch if you're a Yarde fan, was it?
First of all, it was an amazing occasion. Night of the Champions, Ring 4, a wonderful bill. It was brilliant being in Saudi for a few days. And the action was terrific from the opening bell of the first fight. It was a great night. Anthony was always an underdog going into this. David Benavidez, one of the best fighters in the world, not just a light heavyweight champion, but a former super middleweight champion. He's got incredibly long arms. His jab's great. He raids. He's got power. He's very, very difficult to keep off you. And I thought Yarde pickpocketed his way through the early rounds and did okay, but he didn't do any lasting damage to Benavidez, and that was the problem. And David just started to accelerate, and Anthony didn't move his feet enough, and he got caught on the ropes, and that was the beginning of the end. So yeah, disappointing night for Anthony at the third attempt to become a world champion. He's not had it easy. Kovalev, Beterbiev, and then Benavidez, top fighters. So nothing to hang his head in any sort of shame. He's a great guy. Him and Tunde have been a fantastic double act for boxing. And there are fights ahead for him, but he's had a very, very difficult trail to become a world champion. And Benavidez, I think, will move up now to cruiserweight, and that's the big challenge. Can he become a three-weight champion? Gilberto Ramirez lies in wait in May.
Is that the fighter that beat Billam Smith?
That's the fighter that beat Billam Smith.
He was top.
Zerdo, very good. I mean, argument whether he's as good as Jar Pataya, who's, I think, the leading cruiserweight in the world, one of the best pound-for-pound fighters, but he might even go up to heavyweight. But it's a step up for Benavidez, come from 12 stone up to 12.7, now a big jump up to cruiserweight at 14.4. But he is got that size, and he's got the power, and as I said, that reach, that jab, Andy, is phenomenal.
What did you think when he held his head, though? Multiple punches while he's holding Anthony Yarde's head. I mean, fair or not?
I mean, you have a referee in there, and the referee's meant to do his job.
Is that against the rules?
Yeah, you can't hit and hold, and neither can you hit round the back of the head. But I mean, things happen in a boxing ring, and if the referee's not going to pull you up,
to change that though, ref. It was like he was doing it for an hour.
Yeah,
that's what it felt like. It was a long time. It was a good 15 seconds, right?
Yeah, and sometimes when a fighter's holding or a fighter's hit around the back of the head, this is, you said the Marcus of Queensberry rules. Sometimes, you've got to be rough and tough in there as well. But, there's a referee in there for a reason, and you've got to listen to them. But, look, I thought Yarde, he had a go. And I thought at the beginning, the first few rounds were fine. I think Tunde's plan was to get into the second half of the fight, where his conditioning under Ruben Tabarez, who's a top nutritionist conditioner. And I think that was the plan, get him late, Benavidez. But unfortunately, Benavidez was just too good. The Mexican monster.
He looked like a monster as well. I know Conor Ben was ringside.
He was.
And he was watching Devin Haney.
He was brilliant, Haney, from start to finish. I quite fancy Brian Norman Jr. beforehand. After his year, real momentum, undefeated, potentially a new star of the sport. Devin Haney has had a bit of a rough time of late. Had that fight against Ryan Garcia when he went down a few times. He's looked a little bit lackluster and flat. He told me in the week that he needed the move up to welterweight. A 2-division champion. The aim was to become a 3-weight world champion by winning the welterweight title, the WBO crown. I thought it was going to be a tough night for Devin, but he got into a rhythm early. The jab was fantastic, and I just thought he boxed really well. He hurt Norman in the second round, so it showed he had power at welter. And sometimes fighters just need that move up to give them that comforts to give them a little bit more strength. He's still only 27. Beforehand, I was thinking he's the oldest 27-year-old in boxing. But on that performance, razor sharp. And Conor Benn would have been very impressed at ringside.
I was watching that and I thought Conor Benn afterwards, enjoying the fight, actually falling asleep, wasn't he, on Eddie Hearn's arm. There's been a lot of trash talk on social media as well. Do you see that fight happening? And if it does, how do you think it goes?
There's so many fights that Conor Benn could have. That's a potential. I would stick away from Devin Haney just for now. Yeah. Ryan Garcia is the one I really want to see because I think the build-up and the fight, the action would be incredible.
Trash talk,
but it looks like he's going off the WBC champion Barrios. So could be Lewis Crocker, who's obviously the Irish world champion. That's a good matchup for Conor Benn. He's got many, many options, but let's let him enjoy his time.
Did you see, I don't know if you saw Ben Shalom on White and Jordan recently. Did you see that?
I didn't see that.
Ben was alluding to the fact that if Chris wanted it, there might be a third fight between the two. Do you think that Conor Benn would ever... I know money talks, I get that. But do you think that fight could ever happen again, or are we done now with those two?
Gabby's right, money talks, but I think that there is not really much appetite for a third at the moment. I think we saw a pulsating first one in April, and I thought we saw a sort of masterclass from Conor Benn and Chris, very tight at the weight, 36. I think the first fight had taken a great deal out of him. I think he needs a big rest now, Chris, to decide what he wants to do, and if he wants to fight on, it should be up at super middle, and I don't think that's anywhere near Conor. I think Conor will go back down, but money talks. Can I just mention before two other performances on the bill? I thought the Abdullah Mason fight against Sam Noakes was incredibly good, really, really good. Mason announces himself as a star of the sport, youngest world champion at 21. Noakes, nothing to be worried about at all. He lost, fine, 3-4 rounds maybe, but he was incredibly brave. He was tough. He was gutsy. He showed he belongs at world level. And I tell you what, his stock has risen, Andy, from Saturday night. Just like Abdullah Mason, who's announced himself really to the world, Sam Noakes absolutely has risen.
Let's talk about a fight this weekend and a big night for Ben Whittaker. Tell me more.
Ben Whittaker, yeah, Benjamin Gavazzi, a German light heavyweight, decent opponent. Ben Whittaker's first rodeo, first dance with Eddie Hearn. He moves from boxer to matchroom, and the two of them are very, very excited about that. Headlining in Birmingham. Of course, he is unbeaten. That little controversy he had with Liam Cameron, but he put that right. I was there ringside when he stopped Liam in a couple of rounds, and Ben now wants to move up and through the light heavyweights. I saw Joshua Buatsi there in Saudi. Of course, Anthony Yard. There's Lyndon Arthur, many light heavyweights that lie in wait for Ben Whittaker that we want to see him in within 2026. But first of all, he's got to perform on his matchroom debut Saturday night, and I think he will.
I did see a few weeks ago when Frank Warren was interviewed, and he said, I didn't make an offer to Ben Whittaker, but you know what? He's got to fight some of my guys. How far do you think he can go, Ben Whittaker?
Ben has the talent to go all the way. He also is extremely dedicated. But he's late 20s, and it's the toughest, probably hardest, most shark-infested division, Gabby, in world boxing, the light heavyweights. The 12-7 Brigade, Bivol Betebiev, we haven't mentioned for a while after there too, and we look forward to hopefully a trilogy next year. But Ben has got so many light heavyweights opponents in his way. We know that Ezra Taylor and Willie Hutchinson fight in the new year. Frank has got so many of the light heavyweights. There's a huge amount, and I think there's some mouth-watering matches for Ben. But I think they'll want to get Ben to the States as well. And Eddie's got a lot of global power in boxing, and I think they'd like to get Ben out to different regions. He crosses over, doesn't he? Yes. Marmite, I think he's a lovely guy, by the way, but the sort of box office appeal is Marmite, and he's got a great brand, and I think that's why Matchroom and Ben have joined forces, and we'll see what happens with him. 2026 is a big year for him, but he's got to get through Saturday night first.
Do you expect the showboating to continue?
I think he'll do what he does in the ring, right? He's happy doing some of that. I think he'll knuckle down. He's with a brilliant trainer in Andy Lee, who won't take too much nonsense, but that's Ben. Ben's a character, and that's why people watch him. They watch him for that flash, almost arrogant skill set, but they also watch him. Maybe they want to see him get knocked out. Maybe they want to see him get a knockout. There was a young man called Prince against Nassim Hamid once upon a time, who had that sort of love-hate appeal. And we all watched him. He was box office and extremely good. Now, I'm not saying Ben is going to be as good as Naz, but he's certainly in that vein of that's the attraction. People are going to switch on.
You get as well, guys, you get the casual boxing fans, some of the younger generation. My kids are like, that Ben Whittaker, you see the way he's mugging off his opponent. You're going to catch that audience, aren't you? And people are going to be entertained.
Can I say you don't have to answer that? You can just nod because we haven't got time for that answer.
Absolutely.
Good answer. Sorry, Gabs, but this Saturday, Ben Whittaker makes his matchroom debut against Gavazzi in the WBC title Eliminator. It's live only on DAZN, and to celebrate Black Friday, sign up at DAZN.com before midday and get the best deal and up to 40% off DAZN's monthly subscription. Black Friday offers end at midnight on Friday, November the 28th. More from Adam after this.
Boxing update on talkSPORT with DAZN, the global home of boxing. Sign up now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We've been taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it! Oh!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology. How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
You listen to Champions League Drive on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein, the superstar is Gabby, Agbonlahor, and Just Eat. Feed your squad with matchday meals delivered in time for kick-off. Still to come, we'll be asking if Arsenal should rest their best players against Bayern Munich tonight. That game live on talkSPORT, by the way. And just quickly, Coventry moved 10 points clear at the top of the Championship, a 4-2 win away at Middlesbrough last night. What a win that was. Ben Chilwell said that he's still one eye on the England World Cup squad following his move to Strasbourg in the summer. Right, back to boxing. We've got Adam Smith with us. Adam, before we move on, I want to get your thoughts on this. I don't know if you've heard it. We had Liam Cameron in the studio. He was with H&J. I don't know if he was in the studio, but it was on their show. Following his recent win over Troy Jones. Let's have a little listen as to what he had to say.
I thought I hit him with cleaner shots, so I never felt pressured that I were losing. What made it worse is Adam Smith were like, after 3 rounds, going, "Oh, Liam's lost it now, he's not got boxing no more." And I'm listening, I'm thinking, why is he saying that? He threw a lot of people off, I thought, in my eyes. But on the fan zone, a lot had me winning as well. And I don't have to justify a close, tight win, what I've been getting a bit of grief online with.
What do you make of that?
Listen, I love Liam. He's an amazing story. He knows I've got incredible respect for him. We just call what we see, Andy. You know, not everyone agrees with us. I sit with Darren Barker. I sit with Barry Jones. I used to sit with Matt Macklin, Paulie Malignaggi, Carl Froch. You know, we're there to be shot at as well, right? Fighters have a bad night and we have a bad night, whatever. The fight I saw unfold was that I thought Troy was unlucky. There was a couple of decisions that night. You know, I saw Joshua Buatsi out in Saudi, and he didn't like the fact that we were, or maybe not just me, but the others, the likes of Carl Frampton and Barry Jones and Darren Barker, all thought that Zach Barker beat Joshua Buatsi fairly comfortably, and Joshua was pretty upset with it all. Fighters are very sensitive, and you know, we've had that all through our careers working in the media. I have nothing but love for fighters. I have respect for every single one of them that gets in the ring. We're only calling what we see, and what we saw that night was, it wasn't an awful performance by Liam Cameron in any way, shape or form. I thought it was a really good performance from Troy Jones, and I thought he won the fight. I don't think it was a massive robbery or anything, a huge thing, but I thought he won the fight. I didn't think Liam performed as well as he has before, and that's all, and he'll come again. He got the win, and that's all, and I don't think he should worry about it.
Another big fight, Adam, is Fraser Clark and Jamie TKV. They meet for the vacant British heavyweight title. They're on Simon Jordan and Jim White's show it on in a week. And it seemed that it's a bit of a spicy one, isn't it? Jamie's not happy with Fraser.
There's always a bit of spice and needle, especially when a British heavyweight title fight has been made. It's a huge honour, isn't it, to become a British heavyweight champion? It's one of the great old titles, and yeah, there's needle, but the two of them are good fighters, and you know, it's a good night of boxing on Saturday. There's a big show out in Rotterdam with Gradus Kraus. There's obviously the Fraser Clark TKV show in Derby on the BBC, and then there's our show DAZN Matchroom with Ben Whittaker Saturday night. So there's a huge amount happening. It's fantastic. It's great for boxing. I'd rather maybe one was on a Friday, a Saturday, a Sunday, so we could have a chance of watching them all. But to see so much quality on the same night shows how strong, and we were talking just in the break, how brilliant boxing is at the moment, and I think that Fraser and Jamie TKV is a really good, solid British heavyweight title fight, and they're both good guys, and let's see who comes out on top.
Before I let you go, we're getting edging closer to Jake Paul against AJ.
Yeah,
right. The sort of dust has settled on that announcement. I'm still not 100% sure the fight will take place, just because I just don't actually believe it's going to. I just can't get my head around the fact these two, the bell will ring, and then AJ would go for it. I just can't believe percentage.
Who do you not think will turn up?
I can't. I have no idea. I just don't think it will happen. Do you think 100% it will happen?
I think it will happen.
100%.
They're getting multi millions for it to happen. I think 100%.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I think Jake Paul's taking a challenge, which is a crazy one, and I think that he is a crazy guy. So let's see what he does in there. AJ just turns up. He's been training with Team Usyk. He's not going to mess this up. He's going to perform and get the knockout when he wants to.
Doesn't he?
I think he will.
Let me ask you. We all know the outcome of this fight, right? If it's a real fight, and I'm led to believe it's a real fight. Do you honestly think, hand on heart, Jake Paul believes he has a chance?
That's the question. I think he probably does. I think he's thinking Andy Ruiz knocked him down 4 times. Daniel Dubois did the same. The guy's chinny. He's stiff. I can get to that chin. I hit hard. It's going to be the shock of the century. But boxing's about levels, and I think Joshua, a former 2-time world champion who keeps himself in impeccable shape, who's gone to train with Team Usyk because he's still a sponge in this sport, has a massive 2026 ahead, is not going to mess this up. This is a smash and grab.
Last question to you, because we've run out of time, although I could speak for days on this subject. If he were to... he won't. If he were to beat him...
But that's where you're going to watch. Because you never,
probably
ever 100% know.
I am.
You ask me 100% if it will happen, and I think it will.
Yeah.
100% does AJ win? No. You can only say 99 point whatever.
If he loses, AJ, where do you put it in terms of greatest upsets in the sport? First?
Let's see how. Let's see how it unfolds.
You wake up in the morning, right?
What, if he loses on points in a boring fight?
No, he gets knocked out.
If he gets knocked out...
Like Buster Douglas style.
It's one of the biggest upsets of all time.
It must be right? It must be.
We've got to wait for it.
In all sport?
We've got to wait for it to happen.
I think in the history of anything.
Yeah.
The biggest one ever.
Does anyone outside of Jake Paul's home give him a chance?
No, I don't even think Jake Paul's brother thinks he's got a chance.
You look away.
Does Jake Paul... Do you think Jake Paul thinks he has?
I think he's looking at the bank account. He thinks, if I can get away with this without being hurt... I've made an absolute fortune. I wish we could say the same. Smudge, always a pleasure. And no, we won't see you next week because we're in New York.
Enjoy the States.
We will.
It's been nice.
We'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Although you might be on the show. I don't know what producer Joe's got. But he says no. Okay, we'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Always a pleasure. More from me and Gabby when we come back. We're building up to another big night of Champions League football on talkSPORT.
Who would have thought a sporting event's halftime show could have a bigger impact than the game itself? Well, the Super Bowl halftime show does exactly that. In 2024, Usher brought in an audience of 180 million worldwide, the biggest ever in the event's history. But how did singing and dancing get to be the centerpiece of America's biggest sporting event? The first edition of the Super Bowl was held in 1967 when the Green Bay Packers beat the Kansas City Chiefs in Los Angeles. Because of the sheer size of the event, organisers wanted to put on entertainment at halftime for the fans in the stadium. It was a display of marching bands, dancers and pure USA patriotism, and that was the theme that followed for years. In the 1980s, the Walt Disney Company got involved and we started seeing some interesting and questionable displays. But we got our first glimpse of halftime shows to come in '93 when none other than Michael Jackson stunned fans with his 15-minute medley of his own smash hits. When he walked out on stage, he had to wait for the crowd's cheers to die down for about 2 minutes before even starting his first song. Diana Ross, Gloria Estefan, Phil Collins all starred in their own shows, as did Aerosmith, who performed alongside NSYNC. Things got a little bit out of hand in 2004 when Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson produced perhaps the most famous or infamous wardrobe malfunction in history. Shows from the likes of Prince, Lady Gaga and Beyoncé are considered by critics as the best. To give you an idea of the scale of things, Rihanna's 2023 halftime show included roughly 800 people. These ranged from backing dancers to stage crew to camera operatives broadcasting to millions around the world. The whole stage for that show was built in roughly 8 minutes and was broken down and cleared away in the same time. The acts perform for free nowadays, even though the experts reckon it costs around $13 million to put on Rihanna's show. Artists know they'll rocket up the charts in the following weeks. Rihanna's average sales improved by 140% in the months following her performance. The Super Bowl halftime show will be a fixture in pop culture for years to come. So the question is, who next?
Welcome back to our number 2 Champions League drive on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein. The legend that is Gabby Agbonlahor is here today.
George, mate.
He is here. He's here. He's brilliant, Adam.
George, mate. Unbelievable.
Still to come, we'll bring you the draw for this year's talkSPORT's World Darts Championship. By the way, that whole afternoon of darts will be live on talkSPORT. That's going to be so good. But now, should Arsenal rest their big-name stars for tonight's game against Bayern Munich?
Muller, edge of the area, Tonic puts it into the net. Bayern Munich 5, Arsenal 1. The Gunners have pressed self-destruct.
10-2, the Germans win on aggregate.
Arsenal are knocked out of the Champions League by Bayern again.
The Arsenal fans don't like me as much.
And Harry Kane heads Bayern Munich into an early lead. nice edge of the area, takes the touch, gives it to Trossard!
There's progression there, and there's a more mature squad mentality. The performance level's been higher.
They're starting to believe, actually, we could win the Champions League this season, and we probably could win the lot.
Arsenal got to go there with the right mentality.
We have an amazing game scheduled on Wednesday, and we'll go for it.
We need to be at top of our game.
Ball into the feet, Marino, Saka! 1-0 Arsenal!
We have to take our game and take our game where we want it, and if we do that, we'll have a chance to win.
Arsenal host Bayern Munich. It's a game you can hear live on talkSPORT tonight with both sides on maximum points in the Champions League. But Mikel Arteta's side, of course, have another massive game coming up on Sunday when they go to Chelsea, who sits 6 points behind them in the Premier League. The Arsenal boss has been speaking to the media ahead of the game, and he was asked how they get up for another massive game just days after the North London derby.
With the same intention to win it, we made a really good preparation again, a really short one, but I think very efficient as well. We know the importance of the match. We are in a really strong position. We want to maintain that for sure, and we know that we have a beautiful and very demanding game ahead of us.
I mean, it will be a great 7 or 8 days for Arsenal. Spurs at the weekend, smash them to pieces. Bayern Munich tonight. If they win these 3 games, the last one I talked about, the next 2, what a message that sends out, not just to teams in the Premier League, but just to world football, right?
I think they will.
Do you?
I really do. I think they win tonight. I think he will make a few changes, not a lot of changes. I don't think he will, like Pep made yesterday. But I just look at the squad players they've got, Andy. You know, players that are performing. No one's talking about when Saka was injured or when Madueke was injured or Odegaard's injured now. No one's talking about it.
Havertz, they've got quite a lot.
Yeah, Gabriel Jesus is injured. Yeah. Gabriel's injured. No one's talking about it because their squad is so good. I mean, on the weekend against Spurs, I'll name you their bench. Kepa, Mascara, Ben White, Louis Skelly, Christian Norgard, Max Daumann, Wanyeri, Madueke, Martinelli. And you're just like,
wow.
Don't you just read off them players? And all of those players could start tonight if you wanted to. And there'd still be a really strong side. So I think he definitely makes changes. I will give the likes of Declan Rice, Timber, a bit of a rest. They put everything into that win against.
Let me ask you, Gabs, you've played at the highest level, right? How important is momentum in a team? Because if you do change that team tonight and they lose, they go into the game at the weekend on the back of a defeat. If you keep winning, how does that make you feel in the dressing room before another big game?
Do you know what? There's a right balance. You can't make 10 changes like Pep did. Haaland on the bench and so many changes. Aït-Nouri coming for O'Reilly. If I was Arteta tonight, I would make changes. I'll say Louis Skelly, you're starting. Or maybe Ben White. Maybe Saliba starts and he starts with Mascara. Or do you go Martinelli starting instead of Trossard? I wouldn't start Max Daumann. I wouldn't start Norgard. I wouldn't make silly amount of changes. But you have to use your squad of players.
Give me the top 3 players that you think should be rested. Declan?
Tonight, Declan Rice. I would say Timber, because Timber can pick up injuries and he's been fantastic. And both of those players put a lot into the weekend. And also, Saka's come back from injury, so I'd keep Saka in there. Eze could be rested as well. Anyone can be rested. They've got that many options.
But what I'm saying is, who do you think the 3 key players are that they should, need fit for the game against Chelsea?
I would have Declan Rice rested and for 100% Saliba, especially with Gabriel out.
That's a great point.
I would think Mascara's been outstanding whenever he's come in. Give Saliba a rest.
What about quite often in games like this, we do see the goalkeeper rested. Would you do that? You wouldn't?
No. Keepers don't need rest. Don't do anything, man. Get the ball and ping.
No, I know, but just to avoid injury, right?
No. I think with a keeper.
I think we'll see that tonight. I think Kepa will play.
So?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, because he's not a bad goalkeeper, Kepa, right?
Yeah. There's a chance, but I just think the keeper, I think he will keep the same. But Timber, Ben White must be itching for a game. Louis Skelly needs game time. He's not going to go to the World Cup.
Yeah.
Is it a chance to play these players? And then you go into the weekend, a massive game. Let's be honest tonight, Andy. Both teams, you lose. Who cares? Top of the league.
Yeah, you're
4
right.
wins out of 4. Doesn't matter. They're still going to qualify in the top 8.
Do you think that's part of the problem in the Champions League? Because there would have been a time where if you qualify top of your group, it meant something.
Of course.
Now it's just about fitting into the top 8, right?
You can see Liverpool last season.
Yeah.
Liverpool finished top, didn't they? And
they got an awful draw, didn't they?
Horrible draw.
Yeah.
And we're looking at the league table now, and you're looking at and you say to yourself,
"Who printed out all that for you?"
Our great producers. Yes, they did. You look
seen that. That's good research there.
You look at Napoli in 18th.
Hold on. Did Jack do that?
No, mate.
Check the year. That might be like 8 years old if Jack's done that.
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Man United are in it. Why Man United in the Champions
Aston
League
Villa still in it.
What?
Are they in it?
No, but there might be top teams, mate, that finish in the playoffs.
Yeah, it makes no difference.
Exactly.
But it used to be, right?
Exactly.
I don't think you'd very rarely get a group game, Arsenal v Bayern Munich, and both teams would go, if we lose, doesn't matter.
No, you'd have Arsenal and Bayern Munich in the same group, and you'd say both teams have to play each other at home and away, and it'd be, okay, we need to win these 2 games because we want to finish top of the table. Don't want to finish second because our next game will be a really tough one. Tonight, Bayern Munich as well. Bayern Munich have won every game in the Champions League. Bayern Munich in their league, and
they're unbeaten, aren't they?
They're 6 points clear.
Yeah.
Won 6, drawn 1, lost 0.
Yeah.
Guess their goal difference.
Plus, I don't know why I've got plus 22 in my head.
6 points clear, and we're in end of November. Guess what their goal difference is?
Plus 39.
Plus 33.
Wow.
Plus 33.
That's
they're
insane.
turning that. They're turning the Bundesliga into an easy league for them.
Last time they lost was in the World Club Cup.
It's incredible.
And that's not
So he can make changes tonight as well. He might say Nicholas Jackson, Kimmich didn't start on the weekend.
Yeah.
You can come in. Elise, you can come out and have a rest.
Yeah.
Diaz has been outstanding. You can come out and have a rest.
We've got 2 of the favourites for this competition playing tonight.
Yes.
Who's going to win it out of the 2 of them? If you had to put your money on one of them,
I'd say Arsenal would beat Bayern Munich over 2 legs.
Goodness.
Mate, Arsenal are a joke at the moment. It hurts me to say it because their fan base are annoying. They really are.
Do you think they're the most annoying fans?
Bentley included. They are. Yeah, they are, because whenever you criticise them, me and Alan spoke about Arsenal. Or no, it was me and Jeff spoke about them last week. We're just like, Gabriel's out injured and you've got so much players that can come in and do a good job. We had to call her straight away. Why are you talking about Arsenal, an international break? We're just making an example of like how you've got other players to fill in. They bite at any little thing, and they will be unbearable if they win the Premier League or Champions League. Unbearable.
If they had to win one, which would make it less bearable, which one? Okay, which one would you rather they not win?
I'd rather they don't win the Champions League because they never won it.
Okay.
So as a Villa fan, we've won it.
Yeah, I see.
Forest fans, Celtic fans.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
Do you know what I mean? You'd want them to be. You can always get at them there.
Yeah.
They've never won the Champions League.
Never won it. You can't sit at the top table.
Yeah, just leave it out. But I think they've got a great chance of winning both, mate.
I agree
really
with you. I agree.
Eze.
I know.
Oh.
What a buy he's turned into.
Odegaard, take your time, mate.
I don't think he doesn't come back into that
no
team.
way.
I know people say you can stick Eze on the left, but then all of a sudden it's a little bit unbalanced.
No. You've got Trossard. You've got Madueke, who needs to get in the team as a top player.
Yeah.
You've got Martinelli, who can't get a game when he's been in great form this season.
Yeah.
So if I'm the manager, I'm like, the physio comes over, Odegaard's okay for the week. Give him another week.
Is he?
Yeah.
Have a little look.
Yeah, I can see a little bit on the scan. Give him another week. There's no rush.
Give him another year.
Yeah.
Give him a year out. What will the score be tonight? It's live on talkSPORT.
I think, depending on changes, there's not a silly amount of changes, Arsenal win 3-1.
Wow. Okay, you really fancy
Do
it.
you know what it is, Andy? The players that come in tonight, say Trossard rested, for instance, and Martinelli starts, or Madueke comes in for Saka, whatever, they're going to be wanting to do so well to break into this side. Lewis Skelly
they want to play at the weekend.
Perform.
I agree with you.
Ben White needs to perform. When's your next game going to be?
Okay. We'll go into the break asking this question. You give me a yes or no. Would you drop some of the big stars tonight?
I would, yes, because Chelsea's a big, big game.
Bigger.
Chelsea win, they're 3 points behind you. So Chelsea on the weekend is a bigger game than tonight.
Bigger. Okay, I agree. Gabby would rest players. I would rest players as well. Arsenal fans, what would you do? The game is live on talkSPORT tonight. Build up begins when we come off air at 7. A big, big night of Champions League football. We'll have team news as well, by the way, with that game, and Liverpool also in action. So we'll have team news ahead of both of those games. But when we come back, we'll take your calls, Arsenal fans. Would you rest some of your big names, superstars, for tonight's game, with, of course, Sundays against Chelsea just around the corner? 03717 223344. Dial that. You can have your say next live on Drive on talkSPORT.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
John talkSPORT, me, Andy Goldstein, Gabby Agbonlahor is here, and our friends at Just Eat, the app for all your delivery needs. Still to come, we'll bring you the draw for this year's talkSPORT Dart Trophy. It's coming up in about 10 minutes' time. Very excited. Just quickly, Coventry moved 10 points clear at the top of the Championship, 4-2 win over Middlesbrough last night. In rugby, the RFU has no plans to offer Steve Borthwick a new deal as England head coach before the 2027 World Cup. And Arsenal defender Jurrien Timber has been speaking to the media ahead of their game against Bayern Munich. It's live on talkSPORT tonight. He was asked if the game is even bigger because they're currently the top two in the league phase.
Even if it wasn't first or second place, I think Bayern Munich is a big club. They have a great team, great players, great coach. So it's going to be a tough game either way. And I think two teams that want to press, want to play. So I think for the fans, it's going to be an exciting game as well.
I think it will be a very exciting game. But if you're an Arsenal fan, what do? Do you rest some of the big-name stars because you've got one eye on Sunday? Let's speak to, Gabby is his name, but not you, this one. Hello, Gabby.
Hello, Gabby.
Gabby, my brother.
Are you all right, Gabby? How are you, Gabs?
Mate, I got you on Twitter the other day when we were giving O'Hara some verbal stick. And he got it. I don't know if you heard the other night, but I done Has Anyone Seen, and I absolutely rinsed him a new one.
Anyone that lays into O'Hara is a friend of mine for life, okay?
Listen, you two would have been proud if you'd heard it. You really
Do you know what?
would.
I'm just stunned that show's still on air. I thought that went years ago.
It lost that importance when you went.
I know it did. Nothing I can do about it, Gabby, you know.
What do you think tonight, though, mate? What do you think about the possibility of changes?
I'm en route now to go and pick up one of my closest, Steve. I think it's his first Champions League game in 30 years.
Lovely.
So,
a bit like Villa.
To look forward to. But something today that nobody has mentioned, gents,
yes,
is everybody's banging on about whether we rest players, but how about we flip the coin? How about Bayern Munich? Are they going to rest anybody today?
I said that, mate. I did just say that.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear it, Gabs. But it does work both ways.
Of course.
Now, we know Max Dowman won't play because we've just gone and beaten 4-2 today, and he scored an absolute weldy. Go and check that when you get a chance. But like we said before, Gabs, there's strength in abundance, and there's creativity in abundance. And I think you could swap anybody out. Madueke's ready, Odegaard's ready, Jesus is back in training.
Gab, let me ask you. I asked Gabby next to me this question earlier on about which one he'd rather you didn't win, and he said Champions League. Which one would you rather win if you can only win one? What's bigger for you?
Do you know what it is, Andy? All of you big boys have all got that star on your shirt, mate. And I get that jip from so many people. The Chelsea fans, my best mate especially, he always bangs on about, well, come back when you've got 2 stars on your shirt, you know?
Tough, isn't it?
It is. But listen, it's fantastic. People are saying it's the worst season ever. I don't believe that.
No, I don't think people say that. I don't. Gab, would you take winning the Champions League if Spurs win the Premier League?
You love doing this, don't you? Honestly, you're too much.
Would you?
I can't.
Would you, Gab?
Do you know what I'd do? I'd take Chelsea or Villa, Man United.
That's not what I'm offering. You win the Champions League, you get your star, but Spurs win the Premier League. Do you want the star?
We ain't happening. You know it.
No, but do you want it? Do you want the star, yes or no?
Do I want the star? God, this is like Celebrity Get Me Out of Here. Do I want the star, gents? Do I want the... Do you know... Oh, yes, I'd take it. If
Lovely.
I had to win it.
Gabby. Is it Gabby or is it Gabriel?
It's both. Everybody abbreviates it, don't they?
Okay, but your name's Gabriel.
Correct, yeah.
Lovely, mate. It's great to speak to another Gabriel first time.
Okay.
Well, that's the thing. We're on Twitter anyway. We're Twitter friends.
Yeah, we'll tweet later, mate.
Candy's going to get it on Monday night, though, if we beat...
Oh, you just cut out there, wasn't me. But make sure you give it to Candy, both barrels.
That was amazing speaking to a Gabby.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why?
It feels weird.
You've never done it before?
Never.
You never
speaks.
Right, okay. It's
weird.
What are we doing? 6 o'clock, all Gabby's phone up. Only Gabby's, right? We'll get loads on for you. Steve's a goon. Hi, Steve-O.
Hello, Steve.
Hi, are you all right?
You're right, mate.
How are you, Steve?
Yeah, not too bad. I just wanted to talk about the momentum aspect.
Go for it.
Yeah.
So obviously, you look at Man City. They rested during the week. They didn't win on the weekend, but I think they're going to suffer for the fact that they didn't actually get a win midweek. And you look at players like Haaland, and they're on the sideline looking unhappy, and it just doesn't create a great environment.
Mm.
Who would you rest tonight, mate, if you could? What changes would you make?
I think the fullbacks, because Lewis Skelly and White can easily come in and do a job. Plus, they're kind of knocking on the door.
Yes.
And then you like Saka. I think I would bring him on later in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think Rice did a lot of running.
Yes.
So I think let's protect him. But other than that, I think I would still put a strong side out, because there's also that fear factor. And if we go and beat Munich tonight, that sends a message to everybody. And I think
so.
Agreed.
Again, that's something that Man City and Liverpool are now lacking this year, and I think that's what's not helping them beat these smaller teams, because the smaller teams are seeing that they're beatable this year, and they're going after them.
Okay. What will the score be tonight?
I reckon. I think it's going to be a 2-1 Arsenal.
Okay. I can't wait for the game. It's live on talkSPORT, by the way, Gary. Can't wait for the game.
How good was their tifo on the weekend? They've learnt a lot, haven't they, from last season?
Do you know,
how bad it was last season?
So Joe's just telling me, producer Joe, that what's his name's goal, Max Dowman's goal today. His words were unreal. We need to see that in the break.
Okay.
I haven't seen it. Unreal goal. No surprise.
Doesn't
I mean,
surprise
talking
me.
of superstars, we were talking about Chelsea's superstar just before the break. Estavo. I think Arsenal have got at least one on their hands as well,
Say the
maybe even
least.
2 and 3. Still to come, we're bringing the draw in just a moment for this year's talkSPORT Darts Trophy. But first, it's time for No Googling Part 2. Ahead of Arsenal against Bayern Munich, it's live on talkSPORT tonight. Build-up begins from 7. We want to know who's the first German player to win the Premier League. I think we've had that before. If we have, then don't bother answering. If we haven't, try and answer it. The answer to that and the draw for the first time ever on talkSPORT for this year's talkSPORT Darts World Championship comes up after this.
Arne Slot says he takes the blame for Liverpool's recent form, or lack of, ahead of their Champions League clash against PSV tonight. But with 8 defeats in their last 11, should Mo Salah be shouldering more responsibility too?
Mo could come out.
Yeah.
He's a legend. The fans love him. He could come out and appease a little bit or take some blame himself. Do whatever. Just put yourself out there.
Liverpool versus PSV is live on talkSPORT 2 tonight. On talkSPORT, the Champions League top 2 go head-to-head at the Emirates as Arsenal host Bayern Munich. German football expert Konstantin Eckner's told us Arteta's set-piece specialists could cause the visitors particular problems.
He's going to say something for Virgil van Dijk. Not good enough, we should do better, right? But the real issue, what Carragher's making it, is about Salah's performance. So let's see the journalists have the balls to turn around and say, well, what about you? And what about your performance?
That's what, yeah, but they
won't. Tottenham also go to PSG tonight. Elsewhere, Morgan Gibbs-White's been ruled out of Nottingham Forest's Europa League against Malmo due to injury. That game's live on talkSPORT tomorrow night. And the WSL's apologised to Spurs after an influencer made a joke about them during the Women's League Cup quarter-final draw. GK Barry also accidentally dropped a ball back in the draw bag, only to take it out again and use it as part of the draw. The Telegraph women's football writer Catherine Batts explained why clubs are unhappy.
Bayern played Freiburg, not the greatest team in the world, on Saturday, and they were behind 2 goals because they conceded twice after corner kicks. So it might be Bayern being dominant, but then Arsenal scoring thanks to Saliba or Timber.
Get more, as ever, on talksport.com.
This is Driver talkSPORT, me, Andy Goldstein. The superstar is Gabby Agbonlahor alongside. When was the last time someone asked for your autograph? The reason I asked that, I think those days are dead now for famous people, aren't they?
Yeah, it's just been years, mate, yeah.
Sign that, mate, sign.
Yeah,
It doesn't happen anymore. It's just selfies, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been years, mate. What about you?
Just outside, I was talking to management.
That, yeah.
And they said, oh, sign this, Andy.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't. Everyone just calm down.
Yeah.
I tell you what I did outside, the old bottle, you know, when you throw the bottle and land it on the... Do you know what I mean?
Oh, my God. It's nice that you can afford bottled water.
No, they're free.
Oh, okay.
They're free around the corner.
I'll take...
Do you want one?
No. We're all cutting back.
Well, we are cutting back. We're going to go through the cutbacks a bit later.
Yeah, this paper's going to be used again for the show afterwards.
Yeah, but for what? That's the question. Trap 2.
Exactly.
Before the break, I asked a question. Who's the first German player to win the Premier League? Any idea?
No idea, mate.
Goalkeeper with Arsenal.
Oh. With Arsenal?
Yeah.
Jens Lehmann?
Yes, Jens Lehmann.
Really?
Yeah. What year?
Jens Lehmann, I'm guessing 2002.
No, I have another guess.
2004. Why are you putting up 5 like I'm dumb?
It was.
I know.
It was 4.
Why are you putting you? You are a scumbag. You are
scumbag. Yeah. That's terrible.
I don't care, mate.
You're a disgrace.
I love that word, scumbag.
Scumbag.
I get called that all the time.
Still to come. No, you don't. Still to come. We'll be asking Gabby for his money-saving tips following today's budget.
Yes.
It's going to. By the way, that's going to hit you hard. People with over 4 homes, you got a world of trouble coming your way.
Behave yourself.
But now the talkSPORT Darts Trophy is back for 2025. Join H&J on Wednesday. Put this in your diary. Wednesday, the 10th of December from 1 p.m. As 8 talkSPORT presenters go head-to-head on the Oki.
Come on.
This year, we are bigger and better with 2 talkSPORT promotion companies managing talent. Didn't know this. Alan Brazil, Ali McCoy and Jeff Stelling are heading up Tipple 20 Promotions, who have defending champion Dean the Storyteller Saunders, Natalie the Destroyer Sawyer, yours truly, Gabby the Gab Father, Agbonlahor, and Jamie the Chunk O'Hara.
We're with them?
Yes.
Okay.
They're lined up against Jim and Simon's Flight and Jordan Limited, whose stable includes the People's Champion, Drive Times Andy Galford's Goldstein, Darren the Truth Bent, plus Jermaine the Saint Pennant, and Jason One Bull Cundy, spelt B-U-L-L. As well as that, we brought you the biggest name in darts, the biggest name for the official draw. So let's hand over to current champion of the world and world number one, Luke Littler, alongside talkSPORT's Harry
Yes, ladies
Durham.
and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2025 talkSPORT Darts Trophy draw. My name is Harry Durham, and with me is world number one and current world champion, Luke Littler. Luke, how are we?
I'm good. Very, very excited to see what this draw plans out to be.
This is the pinnacle, mate. It's an exclusive group. You can't play in it.
I'm absolutely gutted that I can't play in this.
All the majors that you've won, and it gives that little breakdown on Wikipedia. World Championships, Match Play, Grand Prix, Grand Slam. Does it pain you that this will never be on your CV?
Definitely. Big tournament, this one.
So we have 2 pots, 2 teams, and 8 players in total as 2 legendary promotions go head to head. Alan Brazil, Ali McCoy, and Jeff Stelling's Tipple 20 Productions versus Flight and Jordan Limited, headed up by Jim White and Simon Jordan. Representing Tipple 20 will be ball number 1, 2-time champion Dean the Storyteller Saunders. Ball number 2, Natalie the Destroyer Sawyer. Ball number 3, Jamie the Chunk O'Hara. And ball number 4, the Gab Father, Gabby Agbonlahor. Now the Flight and Jordan players. Ball number 5, Andy the Gale Force Goldstein. Ball number 6, Darren the Truth Ben. Ball number 7, Jason Womble Cundy. And ball number 8, Jermaine the Saint Pennant. Luke, are you ready?
I'm ready for this.
If you'd go for pot 1 just here and show the first number, please. Give it a good little... Yep, that's it. Bring the ball out. Oh, it's the Storyteller.
Oh.
It's the back-to-back world champion, Dean Saunders. And Luke, if you'd like to go into pot 2, we'll see who he's going to face.
Number 8.
Number 8.
This one.
Jermaine the Saint Pennant, runner-up in 2024. This is a rematch of the final last year. Luke,
2 big guns going at it then?
Just massive. This is like Luke and Luke. This is the talkSPORT version.
The first round get better than this one.
Oh, literally.
Number 4.
Number 4. Gabby, the Gab Father, Agbonlahor, will face...
We got this one. Number 5.
Number 5. Andy, the Gale Force, Goldstein. Luke, let's go. Let's see what
Which one's
we've got.
Closest to you or closest to me?
Do you know what? Closest to me,
Yeah.
please. This is huge.
Number 2.
Number 2, Natalie the Destroyer Sawyer. If she pulls number 6 now, this is going to be scenes. I can't express how big this is if this is going to be the draw. If she plays number 6, it's Darren Bent.
Closest to you or me?
I'm not going to go for me again. It's got to be you. I've probably bottled it.
Number 6.
Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this isn't rigged. Last year, Natalie knocked out Darren Bent.
Oh.
Makes you think, doesn't it?
Oh, it makes you think.
Oh, my goodness gracious me. It is big. Right, we know it's
Last
going to be.
one.
Let's pull the numbers out.
Number 3.
Number 3, Jamie the Chunk O'Hara.
Number 7.
Versus number 7, Jason One Ball Cundy, which is, of course, a sports bar derby. If you had to pick, one person to win, go for it.
Person to win this one?
Yeah.
Dino's
Dino's the easy answer.
easy, but I say Goldstein.
He'll love that.
Yeah. No
Ladies
pressure.
and gentlemen, that right there, world champion, world number 1. How many majors you won this year?
6.
6. Casual. Pick that up off the floor. Yeah.
Back to you in the studio.
Wow, what an unbelievable draw. Just to confirm, it's Dean Saunders against Jermaine Pennant, and a repeat of last year's final. Then it's the battle of drive time today. Gabby Agbonlahor against me, yours truly. What do you make of that, Gab?
I know how to beat you because I
Yeah, get someone to play in your disguise.
No, I wasn't there the last one, but the one before I was there, and you were poor, mate.
I've only played in one.
You were put off.
I've only played in one.
Whichever one you played in, you was poor.
Yeah, I was.
You was put
So
off.
I've learned
By
mine.
and you didn't get no love off the crowd there either.
No, they love me.
No, you didn't.
I'm like the Princess Di of the
You
darting
didn't
world.
get no love.
I am.
I think I'll put you off, mate.
Do you? But you
So
can't
if
play
you-
darts, can you?
I can't, but I can say nasty things to you.
But you know you've got to end on a double.
It's fair, mate. I went in earlier into the room. There, right. First start.
Good.
Mr. Board. I was like, that's not a great start, is it?
Did you really?
I need to start practicing.
I tell
How
you,
long have I got? A couple of weeks.
We've got a little break coming up. We'll have a little throw you.
Shall
and
we
me
go?
in
Come on
just a
then.
moment. The other, O'Hara against Cundy. So you got the Sports Bar derby. But how about this? This one could be pay-per-view on its own. So are you throwing axes? What are you doing? what?
Do you throw it hard or just like soft?
Really soft.
Really soft.
So it just about makes it to the board.
So it guides or just an arrow?
Just whatever way you want. Natalie Sawyer against Darren Bent.
She beat it before, yeah.
A repeat of one of the biggest upsets in the darting world. What do you make of
paddle
that?
now, Benty.
What do you make of that?
Benty's concentrating on paddle, isn't he? So maybe he took his eye off the darts.
Yeah.
So maybe he'll struggle.
There'll be a lot of pressure on him there.
100%, mate. And he's a competitive guy, mate. He didn't like it, did he, when he lost?
It was horrific for him.
It was bad, mate.
And everyone, you talk about the people will be on my back.
Yeah.
Everyone will be wanting Natalie Sawyer, including me.
100%. Natalie thought that you just got to hit the bullseye and you win, and she beat him.
Yeah.
Terrible, mate.
I mean, that will be amazing, won't it? I'll tell you what, they're great ties because Dean Saunders against Jermaine Pennant, they could have been tipped to go all the way. One of them.
I'll let Dino win
make
again.
it. No, we won't. I don't
No
think
fun,
we will.
that, mate. No fun.
So just quickly, Luke Littler.
Yeah.
Who did the draw? We're very honoured that Luke did it. Well done.
Legendary.
Pick me. Pick Goldstein to win it.
Yeah, because he's probably been on your show the most.
No, he knows his darts players. That's what I'll say.
No.
He knows his players.
He don't know the others.
That would destroy Benty, by the way, the fact that Littler's picked me to win it. So how about that? Let me just remind you when all that is happening, you want to stick it in your diary because it's something you do not want to miss. On Wednesday, the 10th of December from 1 p.m, it will all be live on H&J, and it will, of course, be live on the talkSPORT YouTube channel as well. And all of that was all thanks to our friends at QuickFit. Right, now, listen, we're joined by Gabby today, obviously, so it's only right that we touch on Aston Villa. I think that's fair.
Thank you very much.
You're hosting Young Boys in the Europa League over on talkSPORT 2.
It's not at the...
Is it not at the Wankdorf?
No, it's not, unfortunately.
It's either going to be at Villa Park or
That
the
was
Wankdorf.
last season, mate.
Oh, right, okay.
At the Wankdorf. Remember?
So
Come on.
you don't play them home and away, do you?
No, mate. No,
So no Wankdorf for you?
No. Villa fans loved their time at the Wankdorf, but they won't be going back there this season.
Would you like to go back to the Wankdorf?
I loved it there, mate.
Did you? Why? Is it big?
It was big, and it was cozy stadium.
Yeah.
Friendly fans, lovely city.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was a good trip, mate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you won't be going back to the Wankdorf.
Yeah, but you know what? We're going to be in Europe every season, so I'm sure Aston Villa fans will get to go back to the Wankdorf Stadium.
Oh, okay. I don't get why you're laughing. What's so funny?
Nothing at all.
Oh,
It's
okay.
funny. What's funny is a 5:45 kickoff. All the best traffic.
Oh, around the Birmingham. you mean?
Yes,
Oh,
be
right,
chaotic and get into the game. All the best.
Yeah. Was there a lot of traffic around the Wankdorf when you were there?
No, mate. No, it was really easy to get.
Or was it?
Yeah.
Really? Why are you smiling? What's the matter?
I'm
with you?
not, because I remember
I
being.
don't get why you're...
I remember me and the producer getting told off by security to move away from the stadium the day before the game when we come on
Why
your
the day
show.
before?
We was on your show doing.
Yeah,
the
I remember
heat
that,
of the
yeah.
show, and we're getting told off by the producer.
Why? By the
'Cause
producer?
Yeah, because no, by security was saying
Well, outside the Wankdorf?
No, inside the Wankdorf.
Wow.
Yeah. We were getting in.
What, was he hard?
Very hard, mate.
Was he?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
solid.
you don't... Well, I don't get why you're laughing. What's so funny about that?
Because Joe, the producer's saying that I'll get in trouble if we carry on, mate.
I'm just talking football.
Yeah.
Villa have
Big
won their
game.
last 3 games in the competitions. They're 4th in the Premier League, 6th in the Europa League. Wasn't a great start for Villa, but things have turned around massively. Why do you put that down to, Gab?
I put that down to, in the summer, we had a lot of... It was a chaotic transfer window. Emi Martinez was trying to leave to go to Manchester United. Didn't work out for him, even though he was trying to make that move happen. Lost Jacob Ramsey. There was uncertainty over certain other players as well. Last day of the window, we ended up bringing in Sancho. which I don't think was a player that maybe the manager really wanted. Harvey Elliott as well. Hasn't played much at all. He will end up probably leaving in January or end of the season. So it wasn't the best window. Gesang he's an okay player. Doesn't really light up games. So it was a sloppy start. Players weren't playing at the levels that they played in previous seasons. But it's got a lot better. Buendia has been a star player. Didn't work for him last season at Leverkusen, but the managers really liked him and he's picked up his form. Morgan Rogers' form has picked up. I thought it was outstanding on the weekend.
Great.
And they've won 6 of the last 7 games in the Premier League. Only lost to Liverpool, where Liverpool weren't great in the game, but mistakes by Aston Villa gifted Liverpool goals. And now they're only 2 points off second place Chelsea in 4th position. Big game on the weekend, Midlands derby against Wolves. Team as close to you.
Yeah, but you won't have any trouble with them.
Yeah, I think we will. But they do turn up against Aston Villa.
I know, but the gulf's so big at the moment. Got a new manager as well. Very tough.
Yes, but exciting times for Aston Villa. And Thursday's a big game against Young Boys, which is not at Wankdorf Stadium. It's at Villa Park.
It's at Villa Park.
And
I keep thinking Wankdorf.
Yeah, because it's a big game. Because Aston Villa want to get into that top 8 once the group stage is over. Because it's a competition that I think they're favourites for. Okay. So why not?
Why not indeed? Still to come on Drive. We'll find out who's upset Alan Brazil this week.
Oh, no.
That wee idiot up there, that wee tube.
Must have been you. We'll find out what on earth was happening on the sports bar last night.
Durex condoms.
I think that's his new catchphrase. And we'll get some money-saving tips from this man.
Too stiff.
Pardon?
Too stiff.
All that and loads more coming up on Champions League Drive with me, Andy Goldstein, Gabby Agbonlahor. A reminder that Arsenal gets Bayern Munich is live on talkSPORT. Build-up begins at 7 when we come off air. And, of course, Liverpool also in action. We'll have team news for both of those matches before we come off air at 7 p.m. tonight.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. Been taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology. How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Drama talkSPORT, me, Andy Goldstein. Gabby Agbonlahor is alongside me, and our friends at Just Eat tackle matchday snacks and the weekly shopping. One go, whatever you need, when you need it, delivered straight to your door. Still to come, I'll be asking Gabby for his money-saving tips following today's budget. But just quickly, closing this Friday at 4 p.m, don't miss your chance to kick off 2026 by winning an epic trip to Vegas, thanks to our friends at Virgin Hotels Las Vegas. You and your best mate could be flying upper class from London to Vegas, checking into a spa villa for 4 incredible nights at Virgin Hotels Las Vegas. Cheering from the stands as the Las Vegas Raiders take on the Kansas City Chiefs. And to top it all off, you'll get £5,000 in cash to play with as well. So clear your calendar from Jan the 2nd to the 7th, 2026, because nothing starts a new year better than Vegas.
21 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text at £2 plus standard network rate. Bill payer's permission required. Or call 03434239761. Calls are charged at standard rate. All entries must be received by the 28th of November at 4 p.m. This is a network promotion. Run across talkSPORT, Virgin Radio UK and Talk. Full terms and conditions at talksport.com.
Good luck, everyone. Good luck. Time now for the best of talkSPORT and Friends, where we run you through some of the recent highlight moments from across talkSPORT and our sister stations. Let's start off with last night's Sports Bar. O'Hara and Carlton Cole took your calls after a big night of Champions League football. Here's a strange answer from O'Hara in the late night quiz.
I love a bit of pineapple on pizza. Courgette.
A banana.
But a burger.
Yeah, burger. A burger or no?
Mate, you get meat feast burgers
Serious?
on there. Yeah. Come on.
Jalapeno.
Durex condoms.
What? Wait, you're wrong for thinking that.
I'm not wrong.
I just want to point out that whilst the audio was playing, Jackie in my ear said, "Oh, sorry, I forgot to write on the piece of paper." A strange answer to O'Hara in late night quiz when asked what he likes on his pizza. But that still doesn't explain why he said what he said at the end there.
Yeah, I'm not sure, mate. No,
I don't really get that.
Yeah.
How do you feel about pineapple on a pizza?
Not for me, mate.
Can I ask, have you had it?
I have, and I didn't like it, mate.
Right, is it cold or hot? I've never had it. Is it hot or cold when it goes?
No, it's hot.
Is it? Yeah. Hot pineapple?
Not gonna, if you order a pizza from Domino's or whatever, not going to say, oh, put the pineapples on afterwards.
Oh, they cook it?
Of course.
I've never had one, I don't know.
Yeah, disgusting.
Do you think O'Hara can cook?
No, mate. I think just throw a few chicken Kievs in the oven and then eat them. That's the sort of meal O'Hara will have.
Yeah. If you were being romantic, what meal would you make me?
Spag bowl, mate.
Every man says that.
Spag, it's easy, isn't it?
Take that out of the equation. You can't make that. What else are you making me?
I would make a chicken pasta.
Chicken pasta? What
sort of pasta? Cajun chicken pasta.
What sort of pasta?
Cajun chicken.
Yes,
penne.
chicken.
Penne.
Penne pasta.
Yeah, penne, yeah.
What sauce you putting on it?
Cajun chicken sauce.
Okay.
Yeah. With a glass of red, maybe.
Okay.
Bottle.
Okay, now.
Bottle.
What kind of red?
Barolo.
He plays for Italy, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Barolo.
Never heard of Barolo.
Is that heavy or light?
It's light, mate.
All right. Like a Pinot Noir.
It's a bit better than that, mate.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's better than that. I mean, you can get like a £5 bottle of Pinot Noir, can't you?
I can't.
Oh, okay. Jason Cundy returns tonight at 10:15. He'll be alongside O'Hara Take all your calls following another big night of Champions League and EFL football.
On to White and Jordan, where it looks like Simon has buried the hatchet with his old nemesis, Martin Keown.
You have a newfound friendship, a kind of bromance going on with Mr. Keown, do you not?
I don't know about that. I think Luke neutered him, didn't he? Luke neutered him during the summer, and so Martin's taken a chill pill and is no longer waving his finger on his shopping list across the studio at people.
It seems we have a new fellow altogether in Martin.
Time to get rid of him. Someone's going to come in and be unpleasant to us.
Ooh. Who's someone you'd love to see Simon have a big argument with?
That's a very good question.
Eddie Hearn was good, wasn't it? At the first?
Him and Eddie are great.
That was good.
But annoyingly, they sort of love you know, like when you buy a pay-per-view box set and they hate each other, and at the end of it they hug, and you go, don't hug.
It's not
it's
right.
A bit like that now.
No,
they've got respect for each other now. I don't like that.
I don't like it. So who are you thinking, mate? You haven't answered the question.
Oh, sorry. You.
Oh, okay. It'd be an easy win for Simon. Would you like to see Tony Bellew come up with a nickname for Simon?
Yeah, I would. We love Tony on the show.
Tony's the man, isn't he?
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with Tony.
Also, do you think Simon will be brave enough to play you at paddle?
No, I don't.
Ooh, you think he's a coward?
I do think he's a coward when it comes to playing
So you're
paddle.
saying Simon Jordan's a coward?
At playing paddle. I mean,
No,
you
just
need
in
to
general.
finish the sentence. No, not in general, no. Just playing paddle against me and Bentley, current world champions.
Just don't think he's a coward in general?
No, I like Simon. I think
Do you?
Yeah, I think he's a great listener.
What do you like about him?
Oh, he's a nice fella.
Is he?
Yeah. I like Simon. I think he's brilliant.
No, I don't like him.
You don't like him?
No.
Why don't you like him?
I don't know.
I think he's great to listen to.
I don't know, mate.
Okay.
Eat sliced apples. Jim and Simon will be back tomorrow morning at 10. And for all the best bits of the show, check out Outspoken, wherever you get your podcast from.
I'll download 21 minutes to go if I were you. We've got time for the last one, Joe. Please say yes. Yeah, good boy. Right, we finished with the breakfast show. Alan Brazil hosting 5 days this week. Blimey, here's a classic clip of him and Ray Party Parlour from the day the breakfast show changed their opening music.
Tell you what, it's mad. I had a go yesterday, Gab. I went upstairs. What is this music? Rubbish.
What is this?
It's rubbish, that's what it is.
Who's chosen this?
That wee idiot up there, that wee tube.
Who's the tube?
The wee guy upstairs.
Who? Ed?
You know who I mean.
I don't know.
Inch eye, private eye. Honestly.
It's not great, is it?
Yeah, how can he pick that? He's normally pretty good as well.
That was you, by the way.
I know.
I don't know how.
I'm not Ray, did it?
How on earth has Jack thought that's Ray Party Parlour?
He's rushing through it, isn't he, mate? That's what they do.
Would you? Oh, you want the third one? Okay. If you could change one thing about Alan Brazil, what would it be?
No, about talks.
No.
About
Alan Brazil, what would it be?
What would I change about Alan Brazil? I would stop him moaning as much.
He moans a lot.
He moans a lot, yeah.
Why?
And he's not nice to our producer Ollie.
Oh no, the nasty man.
He says to him that all your friends are they're doing stocks and shares, they're bank managers, and you're working here. It's not nice, mate.
Not nice.
So I want to be nicer to Ollie Thornton, our producer.
And stop moaning.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
Big Al is back tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. with you.
No, it's not with me, mate.
Is it not?
No. I think it's with Ali tomorrow. I'm guessing.
Jack.
Not with me, mate.
So you've actually managed to get more wrong than right, Jack.
I'm off tomorrow, mate.
It's Ali. I've just been told it's Ali.
Okay.
Unbelievable. You got all of that wrong. Well done.
Oh, God.
Jack's not back either tomorrow. Make sure you download 21 Minutes to Go, the Unfiltered podcast. Me and Cunny, good one this week. 21 minutes ago. Go do that. When we come back, we're building up to the last hour of talkSPORT Drive, and we are building up to a massive night of Champions League football. PSV against Liverpool is live on talkSPORT 2. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about a big game from the Emirates. It sees Arsenal take on Bayern Munich. Darren Bent will be joining us live from the Emirates, so we'll talk to him about that. And Billy's in the studio for the end of show quiz. And team news, a big 60 minutes coming your way after this.
Weasel.
Tyson Fury, Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez. Just hearing these names makes you think money and the hundreds of millions of dollars, pounds or Saudi riyals in boxing. But that's at the top. At the bottom, it isn't quite the same. Even for those on the rise, there's not an awful lot of cash in the boxing world. And if you're just starting out, well, it can be a very costly exercise indeed. But don't take my word for it. Here's the former European champion, talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver.
You're turning professional and you're boxing, let's say, York Hall on a non-televised fight. You have to sell tickets to earn any money, but you have to cover the wages of your opponent as well. So if you don't have the ability to be able to sell enough tickets, you effectively have to pay to fight.
A far cry then from Jake Paul facing Mike Tyson in 2024, when the purse was reported to be around £48 million. But the vast amounts of cash lining the top dog's pockets isn't the norm in a typical fight.
Let's say you're lucky and you get between 5 and 10 grand. You're going to get 10 grand max for that. 10% goes to the trainer, 25% goes to the manager. Then we've got the tax man to pay as well. So we're cutting that money in at least half. So now you've got 5 grand for a 10-week camp. So you're talking about a guy here earning, he might be clearing 500 quid a week. How do you support a family on that? So boxers chase the dream. And, you know, there's probably 2% of them that actually make it.
So say you do make it and you start to rise up the ranks. Strikers Boxing, a training academy, says the mid-tier fighters can earn more, somewhere between £10,000 and £50,000 a fight, depending on record, profile, opponent and popularity of weight class. It's only at the top level does the real cash start flowing in, with the top-tier professionals, i.e. those going for titles, earning 6 figures a fight. Something else you'll have heard of is the terms prize fighter or journeyman. A prize fighter is, as it sounds, someone who picks up fights where they can and gets a nice big check if they win. Journeymen are the fighters who take on up-and-comers, effectively used for experience in the ring. Even if they're going up against a real prospect, a young Anthony Joshua, for example, these guys will be lucky to earn more than 10 grand. So the average boxer isn't as rich as you'd think.
Welcome back to the last hour of Champions League Drive on talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein, alongside Ray Party Parlour.
I was going to buy you at least 3 pints after the show.
Oh, there you go.
What, geese?
Great minds think alike. Well done, Jack. Still to come, we'll be asking Gabby for his money-saving tips. Have you done them?
I have, mate.
Got more. Okay, I'm looking forward to that. It'll be fun. But now it's time to preview tonight's European football action with our friends at Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
European football preview on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
Feels like the biggest challenge, the biggest test of Arne Slot's managerial career at Anfield so far. Liverpool 0, Nottingham Forest 3.
The drop-off in the last 6-7 games is remarkable in terms of the quality Liverpool have got. Do you think some of the players have to look in the mirror and actually have a chat with themselves?
At Anfield, they've been formidable in the Champions League.
Ekitike racing through on goal. Terrific pace. Oh, what a finish!
Liverpool 1, Real Madrid 0. Finally breaking the deadlock through Alexis McAllister with a header from point-blank range.
PSV have found themselves a real good run of form. 6 points clear at the top of the Eredivisie.
Looks like game over now. Ivan Perisic has just got himself in on the goal-scoring act.
Are these signings going to suddenly click? Liverpool have dropped off from where they were last season.
The problems are mounting, the results, the pressure is going to build, decisions are made. There is going to be pressure coming his way.
There is indeed. Liverpool as PSV. It's live on talkSPORT 2 tonight, looking to put an end to their terrible run of form. In fact, they've lost 8 of their last 11 in all competitions. They were thrashed at home by Forest over the weekend. In the Champions League, they're currently 10th with 3 wins and 1 defeat from their 4 games. And their boss, Arne Slot, has been speaking to the media ahead of this one. And he said that their current struggles are bringing the team together.
Something I didn't expect to be in. Not at any club I was ever going to work at, let alone if you play at Liverpool. If you not play, I wish I played. If you manage Liverpool. So that is unbelievable. I've said many times over here, you cannot find, if you even can find an excuse, you will never find enough excuses to make it that you perform like this. So that's unexpected for the club, for me, for everyone. And but I'm also working at a club. If there's ever a club you need to face this, maybe this is the best club to face it, because the harder it gets at a club like this, the more we are together, the more we are trying to achieve the things that Liverpool usually achieves.
Listen, Gabs, you've had first-hand experience of seeing managers under pressure.
Yes.
Can you read anything into the body language of a manager? Because he's obviously feeling it, right?
I think he's under pressure, of course, but I see certain people on social media saying there's not the same energy for Amorim. Arne Slot's went and won the Premier League. If he hasn't got any credit in the bank, no one ever will. Has it been good enough? No, it hasn't. Has he spent loads of money? It hasn't worked. Yes, it has. But a time like this is where sometimes as a captain, if you're Van Dijk, you're like, we're going to have a meeting without the manager. You know what we're going to do? We're going to have some arguments in the changing room. We're going to have some harsh words. New signings, wake up. Wirtz, wake up. Kirkes, wake up. Isak, you're scoring against Liverpool and you're doing your celebration and you're winning games for Newcastle against Liverpool, but you're not doing it for us yet. Do you know what I mean? Some harsh words. It doesn't matter if you've been brought for 130 million. Wake up. We spent all this money on new players. You're killing us. Some harsh words where it might get to fists being flown, whatever it is in the changing room, but it's getting embarrassing now. Teams are turning up to Liverpool at Anfield and having a field day. People are attacking Liverpool like they haven't for years. I'm seeing Nottingham Forest. I'm seeing Hutchinson. Come on. All right, I'm going to take Robertson on inside, get a shot off. That wouldn't have happened a couple of years ago. They would have been sat back and be like, oh, we can't put that many bodies forward. Now they're flooding the box against Liverpool because they know they're fragile and they know they're going to get chances.
What's it like? Because football fans like me, that on the outside are looking in, will look at Liverpool's team sheet and see 11 great players. And we can't really work out why it's not working. But there's a lot of stuff that, I'm not suggesting there is stuff happening off the field, by the way, but there is a lot of stuff that can happen off the field that means that when they take to the field, they just don't bond, they just don't get on. Have you had first-hand experience of being in a team and you know the reason it's not working?
Because it can happen, especially when so many new players. You know, we look at Salah, he's been used to partnerships when it was Firmino and Mane, you know, previous seasons. Even Nunes been in the team last season. But now you're looking at it and you've got Isak playing to Salah. Salah's not even looking for a return pass. He's trying to get a shot off because he's only scored 4 Premier League goals this season. And Isak's there putting his arms up like, oh, at Newcastle, I'm used to players looking back for me and I'm going to get a shot off. Gakpo, he's not looking up as much and he's getting his head down and getting crosses in, and they don't really know each other's game at the moment. That will take time and I think it will gel. But at the moment, you know, everyone's sort of playing for themselves in that striker department. No one's really looking to create a goal for one of their teammates.
How important is tonight's game in the grand scheme of things for Liverpool in their season?
They need a result and they need a performance at home.
That's the key word.
Yes, at home. Man
right.
United was poor. So many games this season. Anfield has been poor. They beat Villa. They were poor in the game. A performance. Go and thrash PSV tonight. Ekitike, why was he not starting in the last game? Baffled me. Ekitike is there, one of their best players. You play Isak. Like, start Ekitike tonight. Mo Salah, you got a new contract. One of the biggest contracts Liverpool probably ever given out. Show it because you're off it.
West Ham away Sunday. I was just looking up. West Ham away Sunday.
Tough game.
Really tough game.
Really tough. How does a slump turn into an embarrassment? They've got -2 goal difference. Liverpool, after 12 games, -2 goal difference.
Can you see an end of season where Liverpool aren't in the top 10, or is that impossible?
In the top what?
10.
No. I can see them missing out on top 4, though.
Okay.
100% I can. If they
worst way, where will Liverpool finish?
I think worst case scenario, they'll finish top 7 because they will pick it up, the quality that they've got. But if you says at the start of the season after 12 games they have a -2 goal difference and be behind Everton
with that firepower
and be behind Everton on goal difference, what would you have said to me? Gabs, you need to stop.
Yeah.
What have you been doing?
If they lose tonight, how much pressure is the manager Arne Slot under?
I think he's under pressure, but I just think, Andy, when you won the Premier League in your first season, I just think he won't be under immense pressure. But if he carries on and they keep losing...
A big club like Liverpool is always pressure when you're the manager, right?
Well, I still think, even if they have their worst season this season, they don't win anything, and they finish top 4, he will still have a job. I really do, mate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The credit in your bank of winning the Premier League in your first season. But will there be more meetings and more questions asked? Recruitment. Okay, you wanted all these players. You spent all this money. Like, why aren't they performing? Why isn't Kirkers playing like he did last season at Bournemouth? Why isn't Isak performing?
What about Salah, right? What do you do with it? Can you drop Mohamed Salah?
Of course you can.
What problems does that create?
You have to. I'm looking at him and he's snatching at things. He doesn't look as quick. And that happens to you overnight, Andy. I've been there, mate, as a quick attacker. Sometimes you're like, oh, I'm stretching for things a bit more. I'm not as sharp as I used to.
Did you know the moment where it was coming to an end?
100%.
Can you pinpoint it? What happened?
Not exact moment, but in games, you know, in your mid-20s, early 20s, you're sprinting, you're quicker than everyone in the Premier League. It's easy for you. You're running past every defender with speed. And certain overnight, you're like, oh, I'm stretching for things. And why is that defender getting closer to me when before I'd fly play past him? So you can see it isn't the same Mo Salah. You can see some of his passing, his finishing, he's snatching at chances. And maybe that's why Liverpool maybe were reluctant to give him a 2-year deal, or maybe wanted a 1-year deal, because it can happen overnight when your game especially is like with your electric pace and your sharpness. And we're not seeing that for Mo Salah this season.
Jamie Carragher have been saying this week they need to buy in January. Do you see
I would go and get some menu, 100%.
You would?
I would go and snap
to me,
them up.
that's not necessarily where the problems are for Liverpool. I mean, the problems are everywhere, obviously, but I think defensively, yeah.
Centre half, Canate, there's talk about Real Madrid have been in his ears. I bet Liverpool are like, no problem.
Yeah.
See you later, because he's been poor. Gahey was one they missed out on that they might want to give Crystal Palace something in January to get him over the line. Definitely centre half, but I just look at Diaz. Big loss. Have you replaced him? No, you haven't.
Yeah.
You brought in some really talented players, Wirtz, Ekitike.
It's not worked for Wirtz yet.
Exactly, but your left winger, Gakpo's a good player, but go and get some menu. When you see the release clause, mate, of like 60 million, no brainer.
I agree with you.
He's a top player.
I agree with you.
And you can play on the right hand side if you wanted to drop Mo Salah as well.
What will the score be tonight? It's PSV against Liverpool. It's live on talkSPORT 2.
Liverpool 3-0.
You think so?
Yes, I do. I feel like that home stadium.
I think they're away.
Anfield. No, they're at home.
Are they?
At Anfield.
Are they definitely?
Yes, I checked earlier.
Oh, fine. Okay, it says here that.
Does it?
No, I think Jack did that as well. That was a look at tonight's European action with our friends at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, they're here for it.
European football preview on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
When we come back, we'll be crossing to Darren Bennett in just a bit because he's live at the Emirates ahead of a huge night of football. They take on Bayern Munich, Arsenal, obviously. That game is live right here on talkSPORT. We'll have team news ahead of that, and of course Liverpool, I mentioned, at home to PSV.
What do I know?
That game live on talkSPORT.
I should be a producer.
Well, I think you might be if you hang about for the next 10 minutes.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We've been taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
talkSPORT me, Goldstein. Gabby Agbonlahor is here, and our friends at Just Eat get delicious meals and everyday essentials from the delivery experts. Still to come, we'll be joined by Darren Bent, live from the Emirates. I'm sure I was listening to the Breakfast Show this morning where Brazil said that Liverpool were away. You heard that as well, didn't you?
I didn't hear that part, mate.
You're such a fibber. What's all that about?
Even on the running order there, PSV Eindhoven versus Liverpool. Shocking, mate.
I'd tell you what, it did make me laugh. I was listening this morning, and he had about 8 attempts at saying, well, his name's Chris Iwelumo.
Yeah.
So he's, right, Chris Iwelumo, Luma. I was like, you worked with him for years, mate. I mean, Chris Iwelumo, it's not that difficult.
I would call him Iwelumo.
Iwelumo it is.
Yeah, I think.
Iwelumo.
Iwelumo.
Chris Iwelumo.
Iwelumo.
Is how you pronounce
sure?
it. 100%.
Not
No, I'll tell you why I know. Because I took time out to ask him one day.
Iwelumo.
I said, no, Iwelumo.
Iwelumo.
Yeah, I said, everyone gets
That's not
name.
easy, though. Mine's tough.
Iwelumo.
Iwelumo.
It's easy.
It's not easy.
Well, you've just done it.
Yeah, but...
What do you mean it's not easy? It's someone's name.
Yeah, but it's not easy. Look, mate, my name, people call me all sorts.
Yeah, but they get it wrong. They should take the time to learn how to say it.
Mate, Alan gets it wrong.
Yeah, well, that doesn't. So he don't know what day of the week it is, does he?
Everyone gets it wrong.
He don't know that Liverpool are home either, does he?
Leave him alone.
Right, time now for this.
Gabby Agbonlahor has struck for Aston Villa.
Hello, Screwfix Sprint here.
And then it's sneaked home by Agbonlahor as he falls to the floor.
Order.
Only one chicken Kiev tonight, not 3.
Inside number 11 with Gabriel Agbonlahor.
11.
So you got your name right. Right, now, it has, of course, been a big old day in the world of politics as the Chancellor of the Exchequer and the resident of number 11 Downing Street, Rachel Reeves, delivered her budget. Boo. We are, of course, joined by the man who had residency of the number 11 shirt at Villa Park for many years, Gabby. So after fresh tax rises were announced today, we thought we would ask our expert for his top money-saving tips. Well, I don't know what any of these are.
Okay, so the first one is probably what a lot of people do, and I tell the missus to do for the kids is batch cooking.
Okay.
It's easy and cheap to cook a big meal, Andy.
So these are real. I thought you were going to play about this.
And save some for your lunch throughout the week. Like a chicken pasta where you can make it on a Wednesday night.
Or what else? A spag bowl. I mean, they're the only two meals you can make, aren't they?
But imagine, mate, making a big portion. Everyone has their dinner on a Wednesday night, for instance. We know what? We're going to have it Thursday night as well. Even Thursday for them.
Tough, though, isn't it? Every day.
No, but if you do that, every 2 days you're cooking one meal.
So you're going to have spag bowl Wednesday, Thursday?
Yeah. Or chicken pasta.
Yeah,
Why? What? People do that, mate. I do that. I like that.
My missus finds this difficult, right? If we're out for lunch, and whilst we're having lunch, go, what should we have for dinner? She's like, I can't have dinner chat while we're eating lunch. Anyone else got that? My missus can't handle that.
Yeah.
Like, why not? Why can't you talk food?
She should be able to, think forward.
Yeah, she can think.
Sorry, mate. Speaking about your missus like that, I apologise. You get very touchy.
I'll tell her how was your show today? Well, Gabby's words are you should start thinking forward.
Because she said that I look really old. the paddle, remember?
She did, yeah.
So he's paid back 1-1.
What did she say? Look like 52.
Yeah, 1-1, Mrs. Goldstein.
She's not alone.
All right.
She's not alone.
I know. 1-1.
I wouldn't pick on her, mate.
All right, then. Next one. Walk more. Sometimes you don't need to spend money on petrol or Ubers or taxis. If it's a 5-minute drive or a 30-minute walk, consider walking if you can and saving money. Do you not agree with that?
These are real tips, Gab. I thought you were going to have fun with it.
Oh, no, I'm being deadly
like
serious.
Bath with a friend or something.
I'm deadly serious, mate.
Why?
No,
Why are you serious?
Because I want to help people save money.
Okay.
So
what?
Do you not agree with that?
Yeah, but some people can't walk.
Oh, God, if you can.
Yeah, like Brazil's not going to take you up on that advice, is
Why
he?
not? It might help.
Why not? He can't get off the floor when he rolls off the couch. That's why.
You're out of control. They're going to play these tomorrow. It's going to be on you.
Well, I'm just naming
We don't
facts.
want no TalkSport beef, please. All right, then. This is for my kids. If you're listening, Mr. Won't be, because they're rude and not listen to anything.
Your kids put their empty dishes in the dishwasher.
Don't do anything, mate. But this one is one. Take the light bulbs out of the kids' bedrooms.
That's a great
If you're fed up with the kids leaving everything on, the bathroom light, make them
Drives me insane.
put the torch on their phones
Drives me insane.
to have any light in their bedrooms.
My kids do that.
Mate, it's so annoying.
When I was a kid, my dad used to say, "Are we waiting for a plane to land?" Because all the lights are on. And as a kid, I remember going, oh, "What difference does it make?" And I'm exactly that now. All the lights are on in every room.
But when does it stop? When you got a 17-year-old and a 14-year-old, it's like, guys, come on.
That was your ages?
My two older.
That's mine, 17, 14.
Yeah, I'm like, come on.
It's nuts,
come on.
right?
Like, come on. Turn the light off. I'm a nightmare, mate. I'm turning every light off.
Me too. I'll turn everything off.
Everything off. I'll never leave a light on. Okay, next one is...
Hold on. If you can't take the light bulbs out, that'd drive you insane.
What do you mean?
How often do you go... Like every night you can unscrew it. Well, you can't do that. That's a terrible tip.
Digging up the ceiling.
Dad, where's the light bulb? You're not having it till June.
Next one, consider set menus. When you're out for dinner with the missus or with the family, it's a cheaper way to treat yourselves. So you
Hold
get
on
a
a
bit
minute.
of everything.
2 seconds ago, you told us about batch cooking. Now,
Yeah, but you might have
talking
one,
about going out.
Yeah, but it might be like a birthday. It's a
One
big
more Billy
birthday.
took his other half out the other day.
He did?
And said to her, "These are the words you can only choose from the set menu."
You're joking.
It's her birthday.
Did he?
Yeah.
To be fair, mate, what we get paid, do you blame him?
No.
But you don't think that's a good idea, set menu?
I think so, yeah. There's nothing wrong with a set menu. You're still getting decent food, right?
Exactly.
Gab, I thought you were going to come up with, like, real proper...
Well, this one might be a one that's a bit cheeky and people might not want to do, but it's what...
It's about bathing with a friend.
Yeah, or keep the bath. In the Midlands, we say bath. Keep the bath water for next day.
What are you talking about?
Why not?
What do you mean the next day?
Just leave it for the next day, add a bit of hot water to what's left over, and you're saving money on water.
Can't do that.
You're saving money on hot water.
That's disgusting.
Why is it?
That's disgusting.
Why?
But leave.
Back in the day, they used to, mate.
You get all like a little weird film on.
You're fine, mate.
Back in the day.
Back in the day, mate.
Yeah, but back in the day, they
80 years ago, 90
they used to have
years
a
ago.
bath, a tin bath in the middle of the, in the lounge with the fire on.
And they were healthier than us, mate.
Why don't you bath? Why don't you have a bath?
Yeah.
And then keep the water in there, and someone else can have a bath.
That's a great idea as well. You know what? Let me write that down. What was that again?
When you were a kid and you had a bath, did you ever wee in the bath?
Every time. Then your brother gets in. Have some of that. Have some of that, younger brother. Get in there.
You do that. You do that.
Of course. Get in there. Charisma and Michael.
Bath
my two
free.
brothers. Yeah. Bath free. Not been in there long.
That's unbelievable, Gab. You must have had a bath second or third, though. So they must have done it to you.
No. Youngest would have a bath first.
Why?
This is the way it went. Youngest.
Why?
I was youngest out of 3 boys.
Yeah, but, no, I know that bit, but what's the law behind that?
My dad had a thing with oldest got to sit in the front.
Yeah, I get that.
I do the opposite now, though. Youngest goes in the front.
All right, okay.
But youngest in the bath first.
So you would wee in the bath?
Wee, mate. All
so
over
presumably there was like bubbles in there, so you couldn't see the sort of yellowy water.
Throw some more Radox in there. That'll clean it up. Have a good one, bro.
That's unbelievable. Yeah, no, I'm not annoyed with you after that argument from 2 hours ago. No, that's fine. All forgotten about.
Have you washed your face? Yeah. Have you rinsed your face with the water?
That is so good, guys.
What do you think of them 5 then?
What?
What do you think of them 5? You're saving some money. We have to, mate.
Yeah, no, they're really good.
We have to.
They're really good tips. So they're genuinely good tips, though, right?
Yeah. Jokes aside, should we get into politics?
We say get in the bath. We could do that.
Let's save the politics for the sports bar, Agbonlahor.
Yeah, imagine them two in charge of the country. Jeez. Imagine the pictures O'Hara would have. Eh?
Oh, he'd be tagging all sorts of companies, wouldn't he?
Wouldn't he just?
Thank you, so-and-so, for my new glasses.
Yeah. Right, still to come, we'll bring you team news ahead of all of tonight's Champions League action. But first, it's time for no Googling. By the way, if you're one of Gabby's brothers, you want to phone up. First time you've heard about that. We want to know who's the last player to miss a penalty in the Champions League final, not including the shootouts. Great question. Last player to miss a pen in the Champions League final, not talking about shootouts. The answer to that and team news and Darren Bent live from the Emirates after this on talkSPORT.
Over the last few years, Formula One has gone from elitist and insular to a global entertainment brand. The transformation's down to American investment group Liberty Media, who cultivated a new image for the sport since buying it in 2016. Better access to drivers, improved content on social media and tapping into the US market have given F1 a massive boost in both attention and revenues. But is everyone happy? The fans certainly are, as evidenced by Drive to Survive. Almost 7 million people per season have tuned in to get all the gossip and all the drama from the paddock. The extra exposure means the drivers can demand a higher salary too. In 2010, the top drivers were earning $20 million a year, which isn't bad. But now, the very best earn 3 times that, with Max Verstappen getting a whopping $65 million in 2025. But money doesn't always buy happiness. Some drivers, including Verstappen, don't like the pageantry the changes have brought about. In Las Vegas in 2023, Verstappen said the drivers were made to look like clowns, and the event was 99% performance and 1% race. Some purists who still watch the sport feel the same, and that the spirit of competition has suffered. But Formula One and Liberty Media don't look like slowing down anytime soon, so expect more races, major events and exclusive access in future.
Java talkSPORT, it's me, Andy Goldstein. The Gab Fathers alongside me, Gabby Agbonlahor. Before the break, asked the question, really good question as well. Who's the last player to miss a penalty in the Champions League final? Griezmann, as most people call him. We know him as Griezmann. In the 47th minute for Atletico Madrid against Real Madrid in 2016, would you believe? Right, follow us at 7. The GOAT Adrian Dome hosts some more live Champions League action. Arsenal face Bayern Munich. Our very own Darren Bent. That's why he's not in today. He's going to be on co-comms duty for that one. And would you believe it? He's got into the ground, fingers crossed. He's there now to speak to us live from the Emirates, as we say. Benty, good evening to you.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, Benty.
Benny, I don't know if you heard the chat just before the break, but Gabby was saying that when he was a kid and he would have a bath first before his brothers, he would wee in the bath and then get out and go, right, bath's ready, and they would get in it.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Well, that is vile, isn't it? You'd never do
disgusting.
that.
Nah, well, I had no siblings, so I don't worry about it.
Oh, fine, okay, yeah, that does make sense, I suppose. Yeah, exactly. Right, listen, we've got a big game tonight. We were discussing earlier on in the show whether Arsenal would rest their stars, because I think we all feel the bigger game is Chelsea at the weekend. Team U's not in yet. We get that very, very soon. When you see the team sheet, Benty, do you think there will be a few big names left out or not?
Yeah, I would expect so. And listen, you've always got to pay Bayern Munich, I mean, probably one of the most informed teams in Europe, respect. But I do believe, as you just said there, that Chelsea is the bigger game. Like Arsenal are going to qualify. So this one result, yeah, in terms of confidence and beating someone like Bayern Munich would be massive. But you've only got to look at PSG last season, who finished 15th in the qualifying campaign in the league phase, had to go for a playoff before they went through Liverpool, Villa, Arsenal, and then in the final Inter. So I don't necessarily believe that losing one game or dropping points at this stage of the Champions League would be critical. But on Sunday against Chelsea for Arsenal, for me, that's the bigger game.
Benny, what players would you think about resting tonight? Because I look at Timber, who's been outstanding, and you can get a couple of niggles. Declan Rice has played a lot of football this season. Saliba, you don't want it injured because Gabriel's out. Who would you rest tonight, mate?
I think probably Calafiori would maybe be one, and bringing Lewis Skelly, because he's started the last couple of Champions League games and he's been outstanding. I'm a big fan of his. Maybe Saka, depending on where Madueke is in terms of his fitness as well. But maybe that'd be it. Like, I wouldn't be going to making wholesale changes like Pep last night with 10 changes, which I think was crazy. I'd maybe go 2 or 3, and then seeing how the game kind of develops. Then maybe after 60 minutes, and you could take these players off, and then maybe have a little change up. But maybe 1 or 2. I wouldn't be going over the top.
It's a shame, isn't it, Bentley? Because you get games like this so early on in the competition that both teams can afford to rest big-name players. Whereas back in the day when we had the group phase, you really wanted to finish top of your group. But as long as you're in the top 8 at the end of this stage of the competition, it doesn't really matter. So you can afford to lose a game like this tonight.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think they'll want to lose, but you're 100% right in terms of, yeah, we're seeing absolute blockbuster games early on in this Champions League, but then they can rest 1 or 2. But listen, it's still going to be a fantastic game. There's still going to be world-class players on either side. Obviously, Harry Kane coming back to Arsenal as well, so he's going to have something, obviously, to try and get a goal in this game, considering he played for the rivals that are just down the road. So it's going to be fascinating tonight. I think 2 really good teams, probably the most informed teams, both of them in Europe. Bayern Munich not losing 1 single game all season, which I think's fascinating. But again, Arsenal, with what they did to Tottenham, I know that's not a massive yardstick, but there was big confidence there. There was big performances from big players, and I think it should be a cracker tonight. I
don't know if you've seen it earlier on this afternoon. The under-18s of Arsenal took on the under-18s of Bayern Munich. Matt Staumann scored.
Oh my goodness! Wow, what a goal!
Yeah, someone phoned up and told us about it. We hadn't seen it, and then we looked at it in one of the ad breaks. I'm not going to say it's one of the greatest goals I've ever seen, but it's certainly one of the best goals I've ever seen. It was absolutely incredible. What a talent that boy is.
Well, do you know what it is? Like, he is a talent, and he is like that's not his level. And I think sometimes you get certain individuals over those only 15 that show that they are levels above the age that they're playing, and that was a prime example. I remember when we were kids, like me and Gabby, there were people like, even like Jermaine Genius, it was head and shoulders. Jermaine Pennant, obviously one of the most expensive teenagers at one point. These guys were just levels above us as young players. And when you look at Max Staumann there, it's almost not fair, because he needs minutes, he needs game time, but unfortunately he can't get into this Arsenal side yet because it's not his time yet. We've still got Bukayo Saka, we've got Madueke there, but I think it's really important for him to get minutes, continue his development. But if he's putting in performances like he did today and scoring goals like that, it's not going to be that long before Mikel Arteta's got some serious decisions to make.
Benny, we know you're an Arsenal fan, big Arsenal fan. Other fan bases are very scared at the moment with how strong this Arsenal side is. I said to Andy earlier, they've got every chance of Champions League winning it and also the Premier League. When you look at the players that are out, Gabriel, Odegaard, Gyökeres, Havertz, Gabriel Jesus, and you look at their bench on the weekend, surely this squad of players, it's their time to go win the big trophies.
That's it, Gab. I think and another thing about that as well, because I was having a conversation with someone and they made a really good point, that you take Chelsea aside, who are probably surprising 1 or 2 people with how well they're doing.
Yeah.
Arsenal's closest rivals the last couple of seasons have been Manchester City and Liverpool, and they're both going the other way. Like they're not going the same way as Arsenal. Arsenal improving all the time, so if anything that adds more pressure. But you're right, when you look at the strength and depth of this Arsenal squad, because I was probably one of those fans that if they lost Gabriel or Havertz or Odegaard, I'd be panicking going, oh my goodness, season's over, what are we going to do now? But all of a sudden now, certainly in the number 10 role with Odegaard, with the emergence of Eze and how good he's been, you almost kind of forget that he's the captain and that he has been one of Arsenal's most influential players. So I think that the time right now for Arsenal has arrived. I don't think there's any more excuses. I think they probably will win one of the big ones in terms of Champions League or the Premier League. I'm not going to say which one I think it is, as long as they come home with one, but they're in a really, really good place.
Benny, what will the score be? We're going to talk about something else. What will the score be tonight?
I think 2-2.
Okay. Ooh. Right, now listen, Bentley, earlier on we had the draw for this year's talkSPORT Darts Trophy with world number 1 Luke Littler drawing out the names. Excuse me. We've had this message from your opponent, your arch nemesis on the hockey, Natalie Sawyer. Have a listen.
Oh, Darren, we meet again. Let's just hope you bring your darts to the hockey this time, because you talk the talk, but you failed to walk the walk last year. In all seriousness, I'm sure you've been practicing and you're ready for the challenge. Just hope your paddle obsession has not become a distraction. See you in 2 weeks.
Benty, they don't come bigger than this. If we put it on pay-per-view, we'd make an absolute killing.
I'm more nervous about a darts game than a game tonight.
I bet you are. Because it just couldn't happen again, could it? It couldn't.
Nah, listen, it should have happened the first time, but it did. But And remember I told you that maybe talkSPORT asked me and said to me, listen, will you just obviously change the story?
You wish that was the case,
No,
Benny.
hey, Andy, come on. Remember I said to you.
You wish that was the case, my friend.
Liam said to me, listen, just for the purpose of making the next year even bigger, just lose to Natalie. All right, no problem.
Let's hope we set it again for this year then, right?
I know, that ain't happening this year. And if it happens, I promise you, listen, if I get beat again, I'll never play darts again, ever.
Benny, I'm playing Andy. How can I beat him, mate?
He'll bottle it. He'll bottle it. We've had about 6 or 7 tournaments and he's yet to get to the semi-final.
Benny, Gabby threw a dart at the dartboard earlier on. Guess what he hit?
The clock.
Yeah. The light fitting. Genuinely.
It's a good start.
Yeah. We had Luke Littler doing the draw, and at the end of it, he was asked who he thinks will win it, and he said me, Benty. What do you make of that? Littler tipping the Galefuls.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing that he probably forget who else was participating in it, and that's why he probably said you. Because if you'd asked Humphreys, he probably would have said me.
Come on, Sawyer. What
you love Humphreys, don't you, Benty?
He loves him.
Yeah, do you know what it is, though? Do you know what it is? We've met him a few times, and he's probably been the nicest fella, which is why, you know, when people who are that talented, but they're so humble at the same time, you can't help but like him. And
a bit like Jamie O'Hara.
You're so talented. Benny, listen, I miss you in the studio, but listen, our loss is the gain of talkSPORT's commentary for tonight's match. Arsenal against Bayern Munich should be an absolute humdinger. Thanks for coming on, man.
Top man, Benny.
See you tomorrow. There you go, Darren Bent will be back tomorrow in the studio. A reminder that PSV take on Liverpool. That's live on talkSPORT 2. Arsenal, of course, at the Emirates.
At home? Liverpool game?
Liverpool at home, yeah, that one. Sorry, yeah. I'm getting my information from Alan Brazil. Arsenal take on Bayern Munich. That one is live right here on talkSPORT. And, of course, the boys on the Sports Bar from around about 10:15 will be taking your calls. 1 more billion. All his friends will be in the studio right after this for the end of show quiz.
3 again for Natalie Sawyer to win the leg. Yeah. She's got it! Darren Bent is out! Natalie Sawyer has destroyed Darren!
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Don't tell him on what I've just told you. What do you make of that? That's amazing, isn't it?
I can't tell anyone.
Isn't that amazing?
Brilliant. Brilliant.
You listen to Champions League Drive on talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein, Gabby Agbonlahor, the superstar, and Just Eat. Score yourself a stunning delivery straight to your door. Right, following us at 7, Adrian Dome hosts more live Champions League action. Arsenal face Bayern Munich. Joe Shannon is watching for talkSPORT, and Joe has all the team news for us now. Joe, good evening.
Good evening, guys. 2 changes tonight for Arsenal from the North London derby. Mosquera for Hincapié, Lewis Skelly for Calafiori. Lewis Skelly has been a regular in the Champions League so far this season. Arsenal have not conceded a goal and have won 4 from 4. The other big team news headline is that Martin Odegaard is back on the bench and could feature tonight for the first time since early October. So David Raya in goal, Timber, Saliba, Mosquera and Lewis Skelly, Zubimendi, Eza, the hat-trick hero of Sunday, and Declan Rice, Saka and Trossard either side of Marino up front. It's a very strong Arsenal bench. Kepa and Setford, the 2 goalkeepers. White, Hincapié, Odegaard, Martinelli, Norgard, Madueke, Waneri and Calafiori. Remember, Gabriel, Gyökeres, Havertz and Jesus all still unfit. For Bayern Munich, there are 3 changes from the weekend. This is a Bayern team that have won 17 matches out of 18 in all competitions so far this season. They haven't been beaten at all. Kimmich, Lima and Serge Gnabry up against his old club come in for them tonight. Bischoff, Goretzka and the suspended Luis Diaz drop out. Harry Kane starts on his return to North London. Neuer in goal, Stanisic, Upamecano, Tar and Lima at the back. Kimmich and Pavlovic in midfield. Elise, Karl and Gnabry behind Kane up front. It really is a Champions League blockbuster tonight on talkSPORT. Arsenal against Bayern Munich.
Can't wait for that. Thank you for that, Joe. Can't wait for that. They're both going for it. Great. Right. Meanwhile, on talkSPORT 2, Liverpool host PSV. Ian Dantas team news for that one. Dan's, good evening.
Evening to you, Andy. Well, after the disappointment of Saturday, an 8 defeat in 11 for Liverpool, only 2 changes for Arne Slot. One of them forced on him. Alisson is ill, so Georgi Mamardashvili comes into the Champions League starting lineup. And Hugo Ekitike replaces Alexander Isak in attack. We're also led to believe that Curtis Jones will switch to right back this evening, allowing Szoboszlai to push into midfield. Mamardashvili in goal. Jones, Konate, Van Dijk and Kerkez will be the back 4. Szoboszlai, Gravenberch and McAllister as the 3 in midfield. Former PSV man Gakpo as part of a front 3 with Ekitike and Salah. As for PSV, they're unchanged from their 1-0 win in the Eredivisie. They're top of that division. The only name that we would know back here in the UK, Ivan Perisic, former Tottenham player and Croatia legend, part of their front 3. At Anfield, live on talkSPORT 2 at 8, Liverpool against PSV.
Thanks, Dan. Last but by no means least, Spurs, they go to European champions PSG. Alex Crook has team news ahead of that one. Crookie, good evening.
Good evening, boys. Tottenham fans proclaim themselves champions of Europe tonight. They take on the actual European champions, bidding to bounce back from Sunday's North London derby battering. 5 changes from Thomas Frank to the side that lost 4-1 at Arsenal. Sarr, Udogie, Bergvall, Gray and Kolo Muani are the players who come into the team. Out go Danso, Paulinho, Odobert and Kudus. It does mean, according to the official UEFA team sheet, that Tottenham once again are deploying the back five that was so criticised after that Derby defeat. Vicario in goal. According to our friends at UEFA, it'll be a back three of Gray, Romero and Van der Ven, with Porro as one wing-back, Spence the other, Bergvall, Sarr and Bentancur in midfield, and then Richarlison and Kolo Muani up front. As for PSG, well, they are depleted tonight. No Hakimi, no Doué due to injury. The Ballon d'Or winner Ousmane Dembele is fit enough only for a place on the bench. So just maybe opportunity knocks for Tottenham to pull off what would be the shock result of the night. At the Parc des Princes, it's the European champions PSG against Spurs.
Cheers, Crookie. A busy night of football means a busy night of calls on the Sports Bar. 03717223344. Jason and Jamie there to take calls from around about 10:15.
Spurs played a 5 in the Super Cup start this season.
I know they played really well.
Very well.
I know.
That back
I
five
think they'll lose 4-0 tonight.
Yeah.
One more. Billy's in the studio with us.
Hello. All right, Gabs.
Good to see you, Billy.
Yeah, you too.
Hair's looking terrible.
All right.
Yeah, really terrible.
Cheers.
What have you done today? Has it been? Yeah, no one cares.
Yeah.
Great shooting them, wasn't it?
Yeah. What are we doing? End of show quiz.
So annoying every time.
What? What are you talking about?
Throwing things, man.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We had the budget earlier.
Yes, we did have the budget. Yes, we had
tips.
Great tips from Gabby.
So we're taking a bit of a look back in time. How much things used to cost.
Oh, okay, it's nice.
Link to tonight's.
I like that.
All right. Andy, do you want to go first, or do you want Gabby to?
Well, he's been brilliant, but I will still go first.
Yeah. Andy, Tottenham go away to PSG tonight, who were founded in 1970. How much was a pint of milk back then?
PSG what? Founded in 1970?
Was they? Yeah.
Okay.
How? They merged two teams, I think.
All right. How much was a pint of milk?
Yeah.
1970? In pounds and pence, as it were? Not in old money?
P, yeah.
13p.
4.6p.
Wow.
Computer says no.
Computer does say no, yeah.
Was it now? Perhaps.
My God.
I've no idea what a pint of milk is.
Question, please.
No idea. 80p? £1.20? Sorry.
Gabby, 15-time winners Real Madrid are away at Olympiacos. The first of those wins came back in 1955. How much was a house on average in the UK in 1955?
I'm going to say £10,000.
Can I have a guess?
Yes.
$4 grand.
£1,891.
You absolute talk out
What a
of your
time to invest in property.
Now would be worth £272, the average.
£272? Wow.
100,000.
You're playing Monopoly again, aren't you, Bill? Go on, we've got 30 seconds left, Billy.
Andy, the average cost of a wedding when Tottenham were founded in 1882 was £400. What is it now?
The average cost of a wedding? Average? So you're taking all the big hitters?
Yeah, and all the little ones.
30 grand.
23.
That's insane money.
Please.
Insane money.
Hello?
Oh, Moose, I'll speak to you after the show.
No worries.
Monaco are in action, Gabby.
Yep.
They were founded in 1924.
Okay.
How much was a pint of beer back then?
I reckon...
In what year?
1924.
1p.
I was going to go about half a penny.
5p. So not a bad guess.
Oh.
Yeah, not bad.
Expensive, isn't it?
And you know what?
Yeah.
If it was that price now, Harry Durham's still not buying around. Billy, good work. Get out my studio. It's a busy night of football. Right here on talkSPORT, you've got Arsenal against Bayern Munich. I would imagine you're staying here. But if you want Liverpool, PSV, you can go to talkSPORT 2. Spurs also in action. We'll have updates. The boys on the Sports Bar will be taking calls from 10 o'clock. Gabby, you've been legendary.
You too, my friend.
Thanks, man. Have a lovely evening. Be safe, everyone. Be safe.